For your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Your show is scheduled to start in 14 seconds. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
Testing. It's a very rare thing, Johnson. Ugh, that's bad. Can't get it together here. All right, we're gonna have to go the way we are. All right. Fantastic. Hey, people, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. You're tuned into the Tim Black Show. Thank you for being here. People out there in YouTube world, Facebook world, how's it going? All right, it's good. I'm glad to hear it. No, I'm always rooting for you. I'm always in your corner, man, Johnson. I'm pulling for you, Johnson. Hoping things work out. And, always got a story for you and always got an ear. I'm always there to listen. Even when I'm not listening, And don't be pushed off or taken aback while you're talking if I'm turning the channels or something. I'm listening, just not actively listening. Not actively listening. This chair makes a lot of noise, man. I need a new chair. This chair's bad. No, Timmy's getting fatter sitting on there. Hey, everybody, let's go make sure the people on Facebook and YouTube can hear the show tonight. How about we do that? Let's start with Facebook. My Facebook people are like, Tim, where's the love, Johnson? Where's the love? Barbara Blackwood, first person in the queue. What's up, King's Dominance? Julie Pulley. What up? Veronica Morin and Cindy's in the house. Toyina that's what's up. Torina put a hug stamp. I love you back, Johnson. Toyina, fourth, good to have you. Hey, Rita. Hey, Tammy. What's up, Sue? Malika Mixon. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Marcy Armstrong. Amanda's in the house. Evan's in the house. Carrie's in the house. Tony's in the house. Regina's in the house. Tammy and Steve and Kings. And I said that. Michael, what's up? Don't wear no farce mask. Okay. Hey, Terry Myers, what's up, brother? Terry Myers filmed me when I came to, wasn't Portland. Was it? No, it's got to be Portland. He doesn't live in Salt Lake City. So it was Portland and Salt Lake I did on that run. What's up, Terry? When I did the comedy thing with Lee Camp? Yeah. Michael Rutnan and George Sion and Cedric Milner and Rose Wade and Larry Henderson's in the house. And the whole crew, Tony. I got you, Tony, Cindy. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Heather, loud and clear. Thank you, Rahul, for doing the moderating. You and Rose, thank you so much. Ginger Liberty in the house, I don't know. Carrie, did I add Carrie yet? Carrie asked me about this. Didn't fight the she-devil, but she tried to get her feet. Oh, man, I guess I will be poured on. Let me add a little thing here. Okay, so I don't really need clips. That's a good one. That's a good one to do. Okay, Facebook people, please share this on Facebook. Facebook has determined that I'm bad for business. They said I'm bad for business, guys, just because they've been sending my feed to the wrong people. Just because I have a lot of criticism for the Democratic Party does not make me a Trump supporter. Please stop, Facebook. Please stop sending me to conservative Trump supporters just because they like the video I did about Biden 3 months ago. Stop. Because they don't want to hear Black Lives Matter. They don't think a person should have to wear a mask. They just mad, angry, mad, and just troll, and they bring down my algorithm. Please stop sending my Tim Black content. Not Candace Owens Black, not Brandon Tatum, the cop Black, not, no. Stuff for Trump Black, not, none of these people. The Weird Twins, none of that. No. Tim Black, Chocolate City Black, is Dr. Cornel West would say. Don't send my stuff to them. You're ruining my algorithm. My shows is reaching 25, 35, 40,000 people. Now it's 3,000. Because you think I suck. No, your algorithm sucks, Johnson. Your algorithm blows chunks. Big chunks. I don't want to drink no more. Why drink? I shouldn't have drank. Lord, if I just make it through. Them type of chunks. Make somebody take up religion. All right, so please share this on Facebook with people you know aren't, who don't walk around with signs saying, Santa Claus is white, Jesus is white. Not them people. All right. Oh, YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube people, you ready? You ready to rock YouTube? YouTube, Viking T Squad, +1, Anthony Aurora. What's up? Jilly Love, Buddy. Tatiana's in the house. Shaw, Kelly, MK Word. I see you there. I see you happening, Canvas Dancer. I see you, Jera. Ruby. Dave, Roby. What's up, Dave? What's up, Mary Warren? See you got the wrench. Runner Dude. Sheldon Hughes. Thank you, Sheldon. That's right. There it is, guys. Thank you so much, George, and other people and other. I'm just going to ignore horrible comments. I'm just going to ignore you. You can go somewhere else's show and get attention. You're not going to get it here. It's not going to give it to you, John. So you can just leave. I know. Free show. You can't troll. What good's a free show if I can't troll, you black man? There goes the door. Moderators, help him out. The door. What's up? Kirk. Trucks. Yeah. Neo Cortex. Hope Neo Cortex is all right. Hope he ain't trolling. Look, guys, I got a couple stories we want to get to. Let me put the phone number up on the screen because people going to call in tonight. We got phone lines. We don't have a new phone system yet. Some things we were trying to work out, trying to get it, bang, get them working out. But last couple shows, the phones have mostly worked. We'll have to go with mostly for right now. I can't sign any contracts, no year contracts right now. Oh. I hate when they do that. These damn. I want to turn that off, man. It disappeared. When I go to turn it off, it runs. So look, guys, phone number 319-527-6212. That's the phone number till further notice. I got a couple stories I like to run through. I like to do my little monologue, get your juices flowing, get you ready to rock. How can I say this, man? We really gonna have a hard time on. It's gonna be a long, hot summer. It's gonna be one of them hot summers that people just no relief at all. People just angry, frustrated, anxiety dripping along with the sweat. DC summers are horrible. Humidity, it gets hot, but the humidity is bad It's like you can't breathe. It's like you in a sauna. And we don't have hair. It's embarrassing because there's nothing to catch it, Johnson. It's just all here. Just people, homeless people walk up to me with their rags going, you need a rag? Bald-headed black man? You need a rag? Because, it's nothing to catch. So these are the summers. I have it bad enough in the summer. Okay? Because of that, A melanin man blocking the, melanin man. But it don't stop that sweat, boy. I tell you. So the summers are rough for all of us. Some of us get sunburn. I know my man Buck was telling me he's working out in the sun. He got 30-degree sunburn, basically. And what type of heat I'm talking about is not referring to the weather. I'm talking about the heat that we are all feeling inside internally. Man, we're going to kill each other over these damn masks. It's going to become, you talk about civil war over color. No, civil war over mask. Have you seen the clip of the guy in Florida losing his complete mind? You would think he was raised by animals. No disrespect to animals. Animals are more socialized than this man. This man embarrassed everybody that knows him. Everyone go. You know that meme with Homer Simpson backing into the bushes? Everyone that knows this guy was like this. They watch this, they were like, so wow, look over here. This is nice. Wow, interesting. I like this. This is interesting. Wow, look over there. There's a squirrel. I haven't seen a squirrel all day. Wow. Wow. If you don't know the clip I'm talking about, here it goes, Johnson.
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You are infecting us. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Back off!
Dad.
Threaten me again!
Dad.
Back the fuck up! Put your fucking phone down!
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You are infecting us. You're
I
coming
feel
close to me.
threatened!
You're coming close to me.
Back off!
Dad.
Threaten me again!
Dad.
Back the fuck up! Put your fucking phone down!
I don't know if you guys heard it or not, Johnson. That guy feels threatened. Yeah. I don't know where I got that idea from. Daniel Maples is his name. He's a Florida resident. He was a salesman. He was a salesman at the Ted Todd Insurance Company. Yeah, I said was for a reason. They fired him faster than you could fire an AK-47. Bump stock on a pop. His role in the virus drama went viral on social media when Miami filmmaker Billy Corbin tweeted out the brief clip Monday evening. Florida man at Fort Myers Costco and running the world since 1776 shirt flips out on an elderly woman who asked him to wear a mask and the man who defended her. That's right. He's in a Costco. A lot of people around. We're just trying to live, Florida man. Angry man. We all just trying to live. That's all we trying to do. Ain't nobody trying to steal your produce. Nobody trying to take your pretty little wife. We just trying to live. That's all. That's all the elderly woman wants. She's 88. She'd like to be 89 if you would be so kind, good sir. That's all. But he feels threatened. The superior race feels threatened by the elderly woman who asked, "Son, would you mind wearing a mask? I'm petrified. You could have COVID." Oh God. Your wife's wearing a mask. Masks are for idiots. Back up off me, man. Back up off me. Back up off me. Hate to be a Jehovah's Witness come to his door. Sir, would you like to live forever? Back up off me! Shit, fuck. Make a Jehovah's Witness lose his religion. Well, go to hell. I ain't always been saved, mofo. Go to the car. Go to the car. Baby, we don't need, go to the car and get the thing. Get the hammer. Hammer time. That's what happens. Why would this man act this way? No one asked him, hey, pull your junk out. Can I touch you in the private place? No one said, hey, give us your children. Give us your... An elderly woman said to the strapping young, 1776, we'll get to that later, I ain't skipping it. Owning the world since 1776. The senior lady, the advanced age lady, asked the young, strong, virile young man, could you please, I'm sure you're fine. You're not worried about COVID-19, but my immune system is not what it used to be. I'm at advanced age, as you can see, sir. Would you please mind? Could you wear a mask? Then he got so irate with her, another gentleman pulled up to assist the lady to calm things down. He yelled at him too. And this is all over a mask that his own wife is wearing. So he lost his job. And what I'm saying is just so unnecessary when I see these people just losing their crap. I've told you this before. I've said it before. If you're a Tim Black Wolfpack fan, you already know. When you go into stores, typically there are signs that say stuff like, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Because you can't just go. They got rules in the store. The store can have rules as long as they're not discriminating based on sex, race, creed, religion, one of the protective classes. Then they can have a sign that says, hey, know this thing that we've deemed not good for business. The store owner has decided it's a private business. They decided that you got to wear a mask to come in their establishment because they want to abide by the directives of the state that you reside in. In this case, dumbass Ron DeSantis. I don't even know if he's requiring it. But still, the store can have its own rules because that Costco is not owned by Ron DeSantis, is it? So, all I'm trying to say is, why? And I know that's a question. Now, let's get back to the 1776 on his shirt. Let's talk about his racist ass. Let's do that. Oh, no, Tim, that's not what he means. He's just saying, somebody who founded this country. Blood-soaked land of indigenous people. Downtrodden, burdened, disgraced, humiliated, plundered African slaves, free labor. Well, there were indentured servants, and then there were people who worked for minimum. You were not enslaved indefinitely through perpetuity, 5 generations if you were an indentured servant. With no way out. Average slave died by the age of 27. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unmarked grave, throw them in the trash can. Get another one. Like a pen or a shoe. No longer good, discard it. No longer useful, no longer able to produce. He's proud of it. There are a lot of reasons to fire Daniel. Many reasons to fire Daniel. Him yelling profanities in Costco over something as benign that we all have to deal with, as being asked to wear a mask, is just one of them. Being a racist garbage can, a mouth of ugliness, and I wonder why he hadn't killed somebody by now. I'm wondering. Oh, he's just one of those people who like to talk tough. Yeah, I met them type of guys. Oh, yeah, we know how to deal with them, man. Yeah, I like guys like that. Because they're not used to people standing up to them. I like guys. All my life, look, I've never been a person to start a fight, but I sure loved finishing them, man. God, I wish I was young again. Guy like that yelling and shit, I just walk right up in his chest, this close. You're a bad boy, huh? People, that usually work on some people, don't it? Man, I'm from the hood. I party with gangsters every weekend. I party with killers every other weekend. Say it again. We like that. Hey, get louder. Oh, that sound good. See, bullies. Kids watch this show sometimes. Bullies are changed persons. He's a big bully and he's a changed person. And that's where women keep their money. You know what I'm talking about. All right. I saw a video with Daniel Maples, that's his full name. His wife was trying to explain, oh, he don't mean no harm. That's why he just that way. He just didn't mean nothing. I want to respond to it. I figured I'd make a video and make it worse for us. Yeah, I figured I'd come out and make it worse by telling you that you didn't see what you thought you saw. I'm white and I'm a woman, so it should work. Yeah, when he was yelling at the older woman and threatening to kill her, basically, he didn't mean it literally kill her. He just, he just. I want to go viral. See you at the unemployment line, Daniel. Good thing your president extended those employment extra benefits for you. You're going to need them. Mitch. All right. Oh, I got to hit now. Here's this one. Did anyone see Nina Turner destroy Deborah Messing? God, Nina Turner just... Because at first it was like, it's something to do with Kanye West, right? And look, you know how I feel about Kanye West running. So I think it's a fool's errand. I think it's stupid. It's a distraction, Bozo the Clown shit. But that's how I see it. I didn't say he didn't have a right to run. Anybody has a right to run. It was this thing like these liberals think, oh, Kanye is going to take votes away from Biden. And Biden is, by God, he's blacker than most black people. So therefore, black people are going to automatically get their votes to Biden. And here comes Kanye West trying to ruin it for Joe Biden. And Nina said something basically, now this is, read it for yourself. I could get some of this a little. She was like, no black people votes be owned by any candidate. Excuse you. Like, I consider Nina Turner a friend, but I've often had bad thoughts and dreams. Like, I would say something to Nina one day, and she'd be laughing. Mr. Timberlake, you are funny, Timberlake. And then I say something, and she misheard it. She'd be like, excuse you? Be like, oh, shit. And a little bit of, I'd have to go to the bathroom, like, real quick. You know what I mean? Because because what you gonna do? You're just like, I'm sorry, Nina, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. You know what I'm saying? No, you misheard me. Because, see, you respect somebody and then you know they don't play either? Oh, Lord. Deborah Messing doesn't have that valve that Nina wouldn't do that to me, I don't think. Deborah Messing doesn't have that survival mechanism that kicks in because she is a Karen. Karens don't come equipped with the cutoff valve, the save self. They are so privileged, they can just say whatever they want to say to whomever they want to say it. Nina Turner co-chaired the Bernie Sanders campaign. loved by millions and millions of people, respected by millions and millions of people. Deborah Messing, no one. Like, everyone's someone, Johnson. Everybody loves someone loves everybody. I don't mean it that way. What I mean is, what has she done besides go on Twitter? And that once she had a show at one time that bombed or something, I don't know. But when we talk, she never talks about her acting or singing or dancing or posing with elephants, whatever she does. She never talks about it. She's always trying to talk political. It doesn't know shit. Trying to make a second career of being annoying on Twitter. The point is this. She stepped right in harm's way, messing with Nina Turner on Twitter and got her ass smoked. Nina Turner's like, hold on, first of all, Biden don't own no black votes. Anybody could run, and so ain't nobody taking nothing from Biden. He ain't owed anything. He gets the votes he earns. Jackass. Hello, somebody. So Deborah could have walked off. She had the little L. She had the lowercase L at that point. It's a lowercase L. She had it. She's like, okay, I got the lowercase L. And she could have walked off with the little L. But something in Deborah, I think it was the Karen just rose up, it grew up. It just jumped out of her chest and said, I want the capital L. Give me a capital L. And she would not let it go. She said some shit like, well, Nina, if you knew anything, Nina, sister girl, you would know that, first of all, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about this. And obviously, Joe Biden, and obviously Kanye is playing, and obviously, and it was like obvious she's about to, the fury of the black woman was about to rise up. The ominous cloud of you about to get pimp smacked in front of the world. She didn't hear none of it because she was obviously. So at the end of the day, it got so bad for Deborah Messing that she put a phone call into God. Yeah, she called God up for a lifeline. She, in current fashion, typically she would go call a cop. She's threatening me. The black woman's threatening me. Help, I feel unsafe. I'm frightened. Instead, what she did, because she couldn't call the cops because this is Twitter, she called the next best thing. Stacey Abrams. You think I'm lying. This mofo actually called Stacey Abrams. Well, I'm going to be meeting with Stacey Abrams. We're going to talk to Stacey Abrams, and I'll have Stacey Abrams call you and set you straight, Nina. Nina, that was it. That was it. The whole internet got dark for a minute. Just darkness. Lightning shot out the Twitter bird. The bird was like, woo, woo. Bird turned colors. Nina Turner told her ass, look, you don't get to pit black women against each other just to try to fight this argument that you are losing. You don't get to do that. And she just walloped and just, mwah, mwah. See, so she got her capital L, basically. She got the capital L with underscores underneath it and shining red, bright red letters, just L. Just big ass L, loser L, and she earned every bit of it, Johnson. Every bit of it, she earned that. She should have got an Olympic medal for how hard she worked to get that L. And I said, cause I saw this, people tell me, you see what Nina's doing? Nina don't need my help, yo. Deborah need my help, but she ain't gonna get it. Right now, it just be like, if I jump in it, like I'm not needed. But if I jumped in it, it's like, it's just, what are you? It would be like abuse at this point. You know what I'm saying? And like they too, like, Tim, did you see that? You see what Nina did? Like, yeah, I saw it. All I'm saying is, Deborah Messing needs to go ahead and create a new Twitter account because her former account is deceased. It has been killed by Nina Turner. May the trust say amen. Here lies, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the account of Deborah Messing. Oh, the Lord has called it home. I'm going too far now. In other news, a billionaire, Kanye West, who announced that he was running for president, which kind of ties into what I just said with the Nina Turner thing and Deborah Mess. Kanye West is a billionaire. He was like, y'all need to put me in the Forbes. And I ain't just a 1 billionaire, I'm a 3 billionaire, yo. Also, he got a big multi-million-dollar PPP loan from Trump. Yeah. So not only does he make the Forbes list and he's got lots of money, not only is he running for president, not only is his wife a billionaire, he is now received $2 million through the Paycheck Protection Program. You would think a person who's a billionaire wouldn't need to take money that's really for small business people. You would think a billionaire wouldn't need to do that, right? And I'm not saying it was just Kanye. I'm just saying it sucks. You know, I don't think Yeezy received between $2 million and $5 million through the PPP and said it saved 106 jobs. Kanye, you a billionaire. Why you can't save your own damn jobs? Why you can't save jobs with your billions? You got $3 billion. I don't get it. You ain't got the answers, Tim Black. You ain't got the answers, Black. That's what he was. You ain't got the answers, Black. Then he would go and retweet Candace Owens. It tells how smart she is. Then he would go join a convent or make a convent or make up his own religion and put out a horrible shoe and release a classic album. Gotta keep it real on the albums. Yeah, some of the music was dope, you know, because but see, you can't, it does not save you from the criticism. Oh, here we go again with this shit. All right, let's try to get through this, man. If the phone lines don't work, it's all I can say is, you know, what a pain in the ass, right? All right, let's get to the other stuff. Okay, real quick. Tucker Carlson, is this thing working? It's trying to dial up, y'all.
Now, press 1 to hear important instructions.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Tucker Carlson's a horrible human being. We all know that. We've kind of agreed that Tucker Carlson is. It's not just that. You know, as a person, as a friend, if you're a friend of Tucker Carlson, personally know him, I understand that. I get that. You know, you may feel differently about the things I'm about to say about Tucker Carlson, but for the record, he is a misleading, misinformation, masquerading megalomaniac. And he's the epitome of disingenuousness, the lack of generosity. He's the opposite of generosity and ethics and integrity. He's vacuous. He's a vacuous pontificator of fear and gaslighting is what he does on a daily basis. I'm just bringing him up because he was brought up recently, and I just figure I bring him up in the context in which is more fitting for someone of his temperament and his long, prestigious record that he's so proud of dividing America and igniting fires that don't need to be ignited. And the latest litany of bullshit peddled by Tucker Carlson is about schools. And this is very fitting for me to demolish him on this. But I want you to know the context of which his demolishment will be present today. Here we go, Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Here's a headline that would have been impossible to imagine a year ago. Today, the president announced his support for opening the country's schools this fall. Seems like a pretty obvious position, but suddenly it's not. Many people violently disagree with it for reasons that still are not clear, but definitely are not rational. In any case, here's part of what the president said today.
We hope that most schools are going to be open. We don't want people to make political statements or do it for political reasons. They think it's going to be good for them politically, so they keep the schools closed. No way. So we're very much going to put pressure on governors and everybody else to open the schools, to get them open. And it's very important. It's very important for our country. It's very important for the well-being of the student and the parents. So we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on open your schools in the fall.
So kids should go to school. That's the new position. Now, you may have thought this was a debate that we settled conclusively in the 19th century when we banned 8-year-olds from working in factories and sent them to school. Parents are certainly on board with that. They want their kids back in the classroom in September. Every poll shows that. Most kids and most teachers probably feel the same way. So who is opposed to opening schools? Take a guess. The teachers' unions. The teachers' union's position on every question is always the same. They would like less work, no accountability, and much more pay. At least one chapter of the American Federation of Teachers is planning to go on strike if they have to work this fall. So many administrators and school districts have no choice but to obey their demands. In Miami-Dade County in Florida, that's one of the country's biggest school systems, the superintendent has warned that his schools may have to stay closed in the fall.
I will not reopen our school system August 24th if the conditions are what they are today. Our reopening plan contemplates a phase 2 reality. We are still in phase 1, a phase 1 that has degraded since over the past few weeks.
Many schools that do plan to reopen will do so under a series of restrictions that have no basis of any kind in science. It's a kind of bizarre health theater. Students will be kept 6 feet apart. Everyone will have to wear a mask. Class size will be limited. In some schools, there will be scheduled bathroom breaks, etc., etc. No sports.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching the people that defend Tucker Carlson on like every video that I do when I go after Tucker Carlson, deservedly so, which is only a few. It's only a handful of videos I've done that. They always find a way to try to, oh, it's free speech. It's free speech. The guy is a liar. I don't know. Do you any of you people who defend Tucker, let's be specific. There are people, I'm a people, that have children in public schools, or any school, I would imagine, that are concerned about their children going back to school because they actually believe there's a coronavirus. See, we got to first start with the basic building block that there is a virus that's killing people. It's infecting older people, but younger people, children. All of us are caught up in this. If we can't agree that there is a pandemic, that there's a virus that's highly contagious, that is even asymptomatic where you can have it and not know it, if we can't agree that that's what the condition is right now, then and we can't agree that we're in unprecedented times very different than normal, a new normal, so to speak, then we can't have this conversation. But see, Tucker's able to have this conversation and make it appalling. A crazy, loony idea not to have your kids in school. The only way he can make that argument that that's loony to say keep your kids home is if you don't think that the coronavirus is serious. Because if you do believe that the coronavirus is serious and that anyone can catch it and you can have it and not know it, but still pass it on to people who bring it home and kill grandma or even kill the babies or working moms and dads, like if you don't agree that that's real, then we have nothing to talk about. So the Fox News viewer has already been, the ground has already been fertilized and plowed and tilled and aerated, properly watered for these types of conversations, for the seeds to pop up and for the fruit to bear. What you are witnessing is the bearing of fruit that has already been tended to by other Fox News contributors who've already made these arguments and did their best to erode the belief that the CDC, the government's own employees, and these officers, that all of the information, what's been reported around the globe, not just in America, that all of it is a facade to stop Trump. All of it is a mechanism to hurt Donald Trump. All the graves, all the people that have passed away, all across everything, all of it is to make Trump lose an election. And that's really what we're getting to. Now, for the reasoned people, the well-adjusted people, the non-hyper-paranoid people out there who are watching this segment, now we move on to this. Because those people hopefully have disconnected from this show. In Charles County, Maryland, they had a town hall of regular people that have children that go to the Charles County Public School System, to get the input of parents. I just attended one the other day, like a week ago. There were many parents with many concerns about sending their children back to school next fall. We're trying to figure out as a community the best way to send our children to school because there's so many issues. Tucker Carlson makes light of all of them. Either you believe that social distancing is the thing or you don't. If you believe that social distancing is the thing, how can a teacher make sure if they have 30, 40 children in the classroom that all of them are socially distanced all the time? Because no parent wants to take a chance with their child not being socially distanced. Parents on that call were making these arguments, were voicing these objections. They weren't anti-Trump. They were anti-dead children. They were anti-sick children. They were anti-bury their grandmothers and their moms and their grandfathers and their aunts. Themselves, they want to live. This is why. And don't get it twisted. There were people on that call concerned about being able to go to work, concerned about how they're going to have daycare, concerned about even if they could do all those things, work from home, telecommute, they were still concerned about how in the hell am I going to be a teacher to my child? I'm not good at it as his teacher. It's great. I can't keep his attention for 4 hours. I don't know how to. These are all real vital concerns, real true concerns. But none of them were talking like Tucker Carlson with this thing that it's a conspiracy against. It's a conspiracy of the left. I don't even know the political affiliation of these parents who were on this call. But I don't think it was political. It wasn't score political points. Parents are wondering, how in the hell can you be sure to me, can you assure me that you will monitor my child every minute of every day? Hell, it's hard enough for parents to keep their fingers out of their mouths. Now we're asking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds to do it. It's hard enough for parents to remember to wash their hands at all intervals. What about when they go to the bathroom? They're unattended. No one's watching what they're doing. It's very easy for this to go very bad very quickly and people to be hurt. Tucker Carlson doesn't care about that at all. It's all a conspiracy. It's BS. People are violently opposed. Violently opposed? I didn't see anybody violently opposed on the phone call. They were concerned, but they weren't violently concerned. Even the language Tucker uses is meant to gaslight the hell out of older Fox News watchers who for some reason are able to belly up to the bar and accept this slosh called news. Because it's not, Johnson. Students would have to be tested. How often would the students be tested? How can we be sure that students that are coming to school aren't already infected? So you got to test the students. How often are you going to test them? And how accurate will the test be? These are all questions that people want to answer. Here's the thing. People like normal, Tuck. But normal's no longer exists. It's no longer here. It's never going to be back to that. And that's not to hurt Trump. It's just the way it is. Not everything's about Trump. Not everything's about the crazy left, the fringe left. Stupid shit. Very stupid shit. I like Tucker better when he had ties than his abomination of plagiaristic nonsense and goofy set-aside, bigoted, hyperbolic rhetoric was more distinguishable. People saw it more readily. I mean, anyone who wears a bow tie who ain't Farrakhan, who ain't Farrakhan is a suspect. I'm black. This is how I feel. And remember, you got to monitor all these things, even if you can assure me that you can separate. So Tucker Carlson, horrible individual. So when you hear me say he needs to get off Fox News, I would like to see him kicked off, get rid of this guy. It's not because, oh God, I don't care about free speech. He's dangerous. You may not think he's dangerous. There are people that listen to Tucker. They listen to Tucker. I hope that the people that pay money to keep his show on the network will do the work for me. I hope they do it for me. And if you don't like that, that's fine. You don't have to like it. But anyone who sweeps under the rug an issue pertinent to the health of children just to help Trump or the Republicans continue the culture war, it's just a disrespectful, reckless, dangerous individual. And it's not just a different opinion. It's heinous. Last but not least, Terry Crews. Now, I did a video, I talked about Terry Crews. He said some asinine things. He continues to say asinine things. I don't know, it's a fetish for getting bodied on TV. He likes to be destroyed. He wants people to come after him. He wants people to attack his points of view. I don't understand why. What is it he gets out of this? He does this himself. He keeps tweets wrong, baseless tweets. Well, black people now that black people are standing up for their rights, we got to be careful because we don't want black people to become white people. We had white supremacy. We had white supremacy. This fool. We don't want black supremacy. Yeah, I mean, so that means you mean so us taking down a monument is going to result in us controlling finance and loans for white businesses, and all arms of government and the water and hospitals, insurance companies. That's what you mean? That's what you're talking about? The prison industrial complex, the wars, the countries that we bomb now suddenly we're going to control a military and we're going to decide to bomb white countries instead of brown countries? Is that what you're saying? When you said black supremacy? Oh, you mean some black guy said you need to shut your ass up. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Everything that Terry Crews has ever said is always about Terry. He's an egomaniac. He said he was an egomaniac before he, became more enlightened. He figured out just because he played football, he was a regular guy. He needed to have respect. I'm telling you guys, I don't think Terry Crews has changed at all. He thinks he's changed. He hasn't changed. He's still an egomaniac. And he uses Twitter to get his egomaniac on. Saying things that are completely baseless to a broad audience, and then plays victim when people challenge it. Here goes Terry Crews on Don Lemon's CNN, I think it was tonight, or with him putting more of his foot. I don't even know how it's possible for Terry Crews to put more of a foot in his mouth, but he did it.
It's not that way. This is the thing, Don. Black people need to hold other black people accountable. I said this the same thing. This is the Black America's version of the Me Too movement. If anything is going to change, we ourselves need to look at our own communities and look at each other and say, this thing cannot go down. And this is the thing, too. There are a lot of great, great people there who are held hostage by people who literally are running these neighborhoods with violence and then claiming that Black Lives Matter. When you look at the parents of these little kids who are saying, hey, man, why aren't they speaking up for me too? And this is what I'm saying. When I look at this whole thing about, it's about who is controlling the narrative. It's got to be all Black Lives Matter. And what's happened is that because I even challenged it, because I even questioned and warned people,
Terry,
I became sick. Like if I told you to wear a mask,
but Terry,
they want to kick you out.
You're a high-profile person. You're writing things out there. You know you're going to get backlash. You know people are going to respond to what you're saying on Twitter. So I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of what I do, and I think maybe you should adapt that. But here's what I have to say. The Black Lives Matter movement was started because it was talking about police brutality. If you want an all Black Lives Matter movement that talks about gun violence in communities, including, black communities, then start that movement with that name. But that's not what Black Lives Matter is about. It's not an all-encompassing. So if you're talking about, if someone started a movement that said, cancer matters, and then someone comes in and says, why aren't you talking about HIV? It's not the same thing. We're talking about cancer. So the Black Lives Matter movement is about police brutality and injustice in that manner, not about what's happening in black neighborhoods. There are people who are working on that issue, and if you want to start that issue, why don't you start it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
But when you look at the organization, police brutality is not the only thing they're talking about.
I know that, but I agree, but that's not what the Black Lives Matter movement is about, Terry. Black Lives Matter is about police brutality and about criminal justice. It's not about what happens in communities when it comes to crime, black on black crime. People who live near each other, black people, kill each other. Same as whites. 80-some% of white people are killed by white people. True. Because of proximity.
Very true.
It's the same thing with black people. That happens in every single neighborhood. But that doesn't, again, I'm not saying that's not important that those kids died, but it's a different movement.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I totally understand. It is about police brutality. That should never be accepted. Yeah. I am not saying that that's not it, but there's more there. Okay. And when I look at, if they have more on their agenda, we need to ask them about what else is on that agenda. Other than police brutality. And that's all I'm doing. Questioning, warning, watching. And if that bothers you, now that bothers me. Because if I can't warn you, we are equal. If we're equal, I should be able to say something as equal.
I gotta go. We'll see you. Terry, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
It's like the more that Terry Crews talks, the less I don't even think he has a well-formed opinion on the issue at all. I don't even think he is taking the time to sit down and write out his thoughts and really make them coherent so he can actually even explain it. And I'm tired of hearing him, see him get all this play. He's getting a lot of mileage out of saying stupid shit. That's how I see it. It's like someone who picked up a bunch of sound bites and just throws them out his mouth. He starts one sentence, then starts another sentence, then changes thought and changes point of his earlier sentence. And I mean, Don Lemon is not like, rhetorical Machine Gun Kelly out here, and he just destroyed Terry without even trying. Like, look, Black Lives Matter is not for all these issues that you talk about. But at the end of the day, what did Terry bring it all the way back to? Him. If I don't get to talk about this, if I don't get to speak my opinion about this movement to you and you got a problem with what I'm saying, like no one said you couldn't talk. No one is silenced Terry Crews. But, I do think it's hell of offensive to say Black Lives Matter is like the Me Too movement for black people. I don't see that at all. I don't equate the two. So, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of offensive in itself. Why come the Me Too movement just can't be the Me Too movement? Black Lives Matter was born out of Ferguson, the protest, the killing of Michael Brown. That's how it came to be known. But there are other chapters of Black Lives Matter, and there was a core group of Black Lives Matter before it became mainstream. And there are organizations all over this country, in cities and states and in cities all over this country who combat all types of issues that you never hear about, Terry. But you are a rich guy, can go and get involved, and you have name recognition, and you can go and become active. But instead, you'd rather just be on Twitter and say some shit about Black Lives Matter as if Black Lives Matter is an umbrella for all issues, and it's not. And it definitely isn't an issue where you can file your grievances about life with a mixed race wife and how some people say things on Twitter or in Facebook about it. But they only really say it because you start saying sideways issues. And then people look for the thing that they think that makes you disqualified to have that conversation, particularly because it's wrong. I mean, I wish he would stop playing victim. He jumps out, he makes comments to get a reaction. Everyone who posts on Twitter posts to get reactions out of people. If not, you would write to yourself or you would tell your friends. If you are posting and you have millions of followers on a social platform and you are posting to all these followers and you have not protected your tweets, you even have a feature so that you can protect it to just those people you want to send it to, and you don't, and then people push back on you, you can't play victim like you didn't see that coming. I mean, there are protests all across this country. People getting plowed over by SUVs with Black Lives Matter right now. And what we got Terry Crews saying Black Lives Matter is going too far. And we need to be careful. And don't become a supremacist. And all types of stupid shit that has nothing to do with anything. And then when so he wants freedom of speech to say his asinine, unfounded opinions based on his own butthurtedness about how people have treated him on a personal level. But if you critique him, all of a sudden now he's hurt and he's being under attack. You're attacking things that people care about as well, Terry. You're doing that every day when you go on the Roland Martin show and Roland Martin gives you a soft little interview. I'd like for you to come on my show with that nonsense. We have a real conversation. Fox News is posting this and projecting as if Don Lemon and Terry Crews got into it. They didn't get into it. Terry got owned. He used the talking points used by white supremacists and bigots. What about black on black crime? Like he done fell into he just stumbled upon a Stormfront website or took some time at the Mark Wahlberg Academy of White Guys. The Stephen Molyneux Academy. What about black on black crime? And see, obviously the blacks are the... See, when it becomes... I don't care who you are, right? You can be any color, but when it becomes... The problem with these black people is when you do that, no one listens. No one's listening to you anymore. And the same thing applies if you were talking to any other group. You can't go to women. The problem with the women is these women, they really need to, no one wants to hear that shit. You wouldn't go to the LGBTQ community and be like, the problem with the LGBTQ is, the LGBTQ is, who are you? So if you're going to give, be willing to take it. If you're going to give it, be willing to take it. I'm not so convinced that this is just a publicity stunt for you to somehow elevate your look. I don't know why. Aren't you on a show where you dance around in shirts that don't fit? Don't you think that what you do? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do this? You know how hard we work. It sucks, man. Look, I'm gonna go to the phone call, guy. But you know how hard some of us work in order to do what we do. I'm not talking those people who got jobs in the industry like Don Lemon. John Lemon had a job with CNN the last 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know. I'm talking about us who have been at this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years on our own, building our own audiences, working hard to be respected, to have the opportunity to interview people and talk about these issues and be appreciated for it and be taken seriously. And then you get somebody like Terry Crews who sound like he never read a book, doesn't know what he's talking about, and just because he's black, he should be able to talk about all black issues without any study. Have he read Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow? I don't think he has, Johnson. Has he read Post-Traumatic Slave Disorder by Dr. Joy DeGruy? I don't think he has, Johnson. Has he read Race Matters by Dr. Cornel West? I don't think he has, Johnson. Has he even attended or bothered to listen to Reverend Barber talk about the Poor People's Movement? I don't think he has, Johnson, but he still wants to be. It's because he's black and he got name recognition. And he's been accepted through the door. That he gets to get on these shows and say anything he can say out his ass. even if it's detrimental and it puts us back, it sets us back, it gives the bigots fodder to say, even Ted Cruz said this. Even Teddy Cruz said, what about black kids getting shot in Chicago? What does a statue in Minnesota got to do with Chicago criminals or violent bastards in Chicago who should be in jail? What does that have to do with cops who are paid a salary killing a man in the middle of the street on camera? Why are you... we want both to end, dumbass. So, but now here we go. So thank you, Terry Crews. Thank you, Terry Crews, for being able to give those types of white people, those types of bigots, whether they white, Hispanic, Asian, wherever they are, even blacks like yourself. There's a group. You actually have a group. It's called Candace Owens Incorporated. It's Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum and all those, the weird twins, and it's Salt and Pepper. Salt Shaker and Tapioca. What her name is? What the Stump Girls, the Trump Stump Girl. Then you got a crew. That's your set. You accepted. You got your own crew. Go hang out with them. See you at the next CPAC convention. At a Corona rally. All right. And and stop giving his ass easy interviews too. Start knocking this guy out. And I heard people critiquing Terry Crews. They're always starting off with, well, first of all, Terry Crews is a really good guy. He's a really nice guy. He's a really good guy. He's a really smart guy. He's a really talented guy. That ain't why we talk about you right now, Terry. I don't know about any of that stuff, and I don't care. What I know is you are a dangerous guy who doesn't know what he is talking about, who just likes to talk and be seen. You're already a celebrity, Terry. What do you want, Terry? What else can we do for you, Terry? You're rich, you're successful, go be with God. But if you want to talk about issues concerning black people in America under the boot of oppression that we have experienced in this country, that exceeds all of us. And if you're not going to talk about that in an informed manner, then you need to be checked, brother. And that ain't got nothing to do. We would check you if you was black, if you was white, if you was Latino, Latinx, if you was gay, straight, perpendicular. I don't care. Trans, we will be checking you. And so would those others be checking you as well if you were talking sideways and didn't know what you were talking about. And I dare you, Terry Crews, I double, triple, 5 times, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays, dare you to go talk about my Jewish brothers and sisters and talk about and go critique them. Go do it. Go do that. Go critique them. Go ahead. All of a sudden, you ain't got shit to say, do you, Terry? Opportunist. Stop being nice to this guy. All right. I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm going to first phone call, man. Hey, look, guys, no questions. This is your time. I'm talked out. I said enough. 319-527-6212 is the phone number. I'm just going to jump in now. I'm hoping the phone line works. It's such a pain in the butt when it doesn't. And let's hope that it's working. 503. Do I got my do not pick up number? I would really like to avoid that guy tonight. All right, new callers. I think 503, you're live. Tim Black Show, what's your name? What's your comment?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, how you
Hello?
doing? Yes.
Hi. This is Tammy from Oregon.
Okay, Tammy, what's on your mind?
I'm calling because, and you didn't mention this in your commentary, but I'm calling because today it was either Chris Cuomo or one of the other jackasses, I can't think of all their names. They were talking about Trump. I guess his niece just came out with a new book, a new tell-all book. Which, how many do we need to have? And they were talking about how, he hired some guy to take his... Sat there watching it, getting more and more pissed off, because it's like, we have people, right before this, they were talking about how we just smashed another record in coronavirus cases, 55,000 people just today, and people are dying. People don't have health care. They're going bankrupt because they can't afford to go to the doctor, and when they have no choice, they can't pay the damn bill. People are rationing their insulin. People are dying from that. Majority of the people in this country can't afford a $500 emergency. People can't pay their bills. People are scared to death because now they're talking about sending their children back to parents are scared to death. And they're talking about Donald Trump cheating on his SAT. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? I don't care. All these things that they could be talking about, all these issues that they could be addressing. We still don't have another stimulus check. $1,200 one-time payment. People are struggling. People are hurting. People are dying. People are getting more and more and more frustrated and falling further and further into depression. And they're talking about Donald Trump's SAT scores and how he got these SAT scores and what colleges he went to. Who cares? Oh my God, I've never in my life wanted to throw something at my TV so badly, Tim. I was just in a full-on white-hot rage listening to this drivel that they call news. So I wanted to call and just kind of vent because I was highly pissed.
Well, I'll tell you, Tammy. Hey, thank you, sister. I'm so glad you called up. And, I didn't know that they released that. I know he was trying to block it, and that she had originally, they had like they had a gag order basically on her. It was put on her years ago. So apparently, I guess she got out of it, huh? So thank you, Tammy, for the update on that. And you're right. Who cares? But, I'm glad you shared it with us. I'm just saying, yeah. And for all the reasons you just spoke, I mean, it's like a scary movie, isn't it? We're all living through a scary movie. I appreciate you, sis. 909, you're live. Tim Black Show. What's your name? What's your comment?
Okay.
Hey.
Tim, it's Irma Linda.
Linda.
Hey, I was out of town for the 4th of July weekend, and of course, here in California, we're supposed to be home. But we're so lucky, my husband and I, we have one of those Sprinter vans, so we were, quarantining ourselves on wheels. We went up to Napa Valley, and I got a chance. I make a lot of observations about communities and just people around me, just kind of, just pick up the energy, the vibes across all the different cities and towns and counties. I got to tell you, I think you're spot on. What you said in the very beginning of your intro is that I'm feeling the tensions in terms of who's wearing a mask, who's not wearing a mask. But I'm also observing the economic situations. A lot of those mom and pop restaurants and little boutique shops, they're shut down. They're not closed temporarily. They're shut down. And I could just, it really, those are some of the indicators that I was looking. Connect and just really catch up and just enjoy Napa Valley, and it's a really nice place to visit. But it was pretty depressing, I gotta tell you. I felt like just thinking a big picture about these areas, they should be filled with tourism, and they weren't. Everything was really limited, and but I gotta tell you, coming back home and just catching up with what was happening on social media and seeing that video of those guys, and I think it was Indiana, where they stopped a black hiker who was just with friends, and he was held back. And the video really, I couldn't even finish watching the video. I was shaking. I was really shaking. And mind you, Tim, I never told you this, but I also grew up in the hood. I grew up in South Central LA. I grew up with drive-by shooting. You name it, everything that we know about, the history of the struggles in that community, in terms of violence and just, I grew up in the hood. I know how it's a struggle. I couldn't barely even finish watching that video. I was just shaking, and I just couldn't believe it. Now, I really called you to just to let you know that in regards to today's video that I discovered about Costco Ken, which the guy that went crazy talking about he's feeling threatened, that reveals so much. I mean, I think that, you know, the whole, you know, excuse that they feel threatened. I mean, he was right, basically, you know, operating that typical playbook where they feel quote unquote threatened. And I gotta tell you, I was shaking on that video as well. I showed it to my husband. All 3 family members, my husband and my 2 sons, are Costco employees. And I told my son, I said, look at this video. This man was in Costco, Florida, and look at how aggressive he was and angry over a mask. And my son said, Mom, these are the tensions we see every day. And I said, I couldn't believe it. This is what they go through every day, Costco. And my husband was shaking his head and realized, wow, things are looking really bad. So I just wanted to really just, you know, agree with you in terms of what you said in the beginning. This is going to be a long, complicated summer. I feel tensions in my own neighborhood. I just feel it in the air, and what's happening in the news, and the more people going crazy over a mask of all things. It's really depressing. It's really unnerving. And just, I think you were very spot on what you said in the very beginning. You picked it up and you articulated it perfectly. And it's just one of those, you know, day by day, there's always something coming up. And it's just, it seems like I'm bracing myself for more of these situations. And I don't know, but I'll just leave it there.
Wow. Well, thank you, Melinda, for calling up and letting us know. It's good to hear from you as always. And, yeah, you know, you're right about the small businesses. And look, guys, no one wants this, right? It's not like, you know, let's acknowledge for a second that we know that there are people that are hurting, right? And in ways that are excruciating. I mean, people losing their businesses, things that they built with their hands, with their families, maybe even over generations. People losing the ability to take care of themselves, as Ermelinda pointed out, and as Tammy pointed out. People so strapped for cash. You thought people weren't taking their medications before, now they're not even filling them. You thought people were rationing their medications before beyond a safe range. I don't even think it's a safe range at all. I mean, if you got to take 4 a day, you take 4 a day. Now people aren't even getting their medication at all. I mean, just imagine, you have no money, what are you going to do? You have no job, what are you going to do? So we in no way are we... People on Facebook, I want you to know, in no way are we diminishing the pain that people are feeling. But we got to help each other get through this, not fight over freaking masks. That's not the answer. No matter how pent up or pissed off or worried you are or know how tight the money is, we can't kill each other over who's wearing a mask. It's just ridiculous. How does that resolve any of that? How does that help? How does that keep a small business open? We need to be banding together. It's just a shame that we're not banding together to get more out of our government. They're spending all this money. We got a space war, a space force. How about a healthcare force? How about a stimulus for just us? A big one, a huge one, to get us through this shit. What about that? All right, I'm going to go next call. This is what I'm talking about. Irma's absolutely right. 859, you live. What's your name? What's your comment, 859?
This is Oz from Kentucky.
Oz, what's up, brother?
So I just wanted to say that I think that, you know, why would a South African trust fund baby who inherited his wealth from the spoils of mining during the apartheid, I'm talking about Elon Musk, you know, why do you think he's teamed up with Donald McDonald to weaponize space? You know, Trump does not plan to be reelected. I don't think he never was planned to be reelected. Their agenda's always been civil war. And this is the fruition of the John Bircher old Reich, you know, the JFK CIA guys. And Tucker is the corporatist arm of Steve Bannon's propaganda machine. You know, Rupert Murdoch, Alex Jones, Russia Today. these are all the mouthpieces of the neo-fascist theocrats, the cartel cabal, and the old robber barons that got their rich off slavery and oil and drugs and weapons. Yeah, that's Trump. That's Drumpf. That's the Drumps. And Trump is just acting out the thoughts of the neocons. And I don't think there'll be any changing of the guard with Jim Crow Joe. And I got Noam Chomsky making me feel like I'm a Nazi because I don't want to vote for Jim Crow Joe. I think he needs to step down, and now is the time to throw him out. That's right now. This is the time to get rid of Jim Crow Joe, because he's just another side of the coin, and they're just going to dupe us. And I don't know what to. I feel like me voting for Biden is a form of political rape, and I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, for the phone call. Yeah, I was critical of Jon Stewart yesterday in a video I did where I did it live. If you watch the show Tuesday, I did that live, and Monday. Today's Tuesday. Monday I did that live, and people are pretty receptive to it. Because look, if people feel like they want to vote for Joe Biden, and they got to convince themselves of fantastical things about Joe Biden, average voter, I get it. But a learned person who's informed, who's been a part of this, Jon Stewart was doing what I was doing when I was doing other shit. So Jon Stewart knows about Joe Biden. Jon Stewart himself has been critical about Joe Biden in the past. But he can't bring himself to be critical now. And I'm not even saying he has to be critical, but don't tell me about this great guy you met this time and how he's and he's humble. There's nothing. So I don't want to redo the video because I would. What I don't like is people taking the fact that I call out Trump. They're just not used to a channel that calls out everybody. They're just not used to it. I get it. You're not used to somebody keeping it real with you. I build a community of people, right, that support my show. I got people that watch the show that support the show, right? So I don't have to worry as much about advertisers. Not really. That's YouTube, right? Or Facebook or whatever, right? Okay. And I don't expect to be MSNBC anchor. All right? I'm not expecting that. That train left the station long ago. Those types of thoughts, that's another way I should have spent my 30s. Okay? So here we are. I can say whatever I want to say. I don't have to hold nothing back. It's a beautiful thing. And what I'm telling you is both of these candidates are horrible candidates. I don't like either one of them. And I can tell you why I don't like either one of them. And it doesn't mean I support the other one if you happen to tune in while I'm talking about the other one. At least do me the decency of watching more content to know that I don't like either one of them. I understand people are in a horrible position who are in swing states, who actually have to make a decision. Who actually had to decide something. I live in Maryland. Joe Biden's going to win this walking away. I said it on the other show. The only way that Trump could win Maryland is if he could go back in the time machine and meet Marilyn Monroe and give her a diamond ring and somehow get her away from the Kennedys. Because that's the only way he would ever beat Maryland or win Maryland. Okay? Because he ain't going to win this Maryland. There's nothing he can do. It's not even on his radar to win. Okay? So I don't even have to think about it. It's not even a thought, will I vote for Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Neither one of them. I don't know what else to tell you. Neither one of them. Button and no button. Neither one of them. Now, what you do is up to you. It's up to, I'm supposed to control, or if you don't always wear the thing that says Biden sucks, well, why can't I wear the thing that says Trump sucks? What if we do that today? There's a lot of fake-ass Trump supporters masquerading as progressives or masquerading as liberal. I don't know what it, or non-denial. Just admit it, man. Just admit it. I don't like people telling me that I'm a Trump supporter because I don't like Biden. I don't like it. So whether you like it or not, I'm not going to be put in either one of these groups because I'm not in either one of those groups. I'm an independent, not a Democrat. I will not be put into those groups. You just assume I'm a Democrat because I'm black. I get it. Rookie mistake. That's what you think. All of us vote the same way. But I don't like people thinking I'm a Trump supporter because they hear me talk about Biden. So I'm not wearing that button because I don't want people classifying me that way. They make judgments based on looks. If they see that button, they just assume Trump supporter. I don't have time for that shit. I'm not a Trump supporter. And I'm not going to be wearing the Trump button because I'm not a Biden supporter. I don't want to be pictured that way either. So I'm wearing none of it. But what I support, what I stand for is Medicare for all. A livable wage. End the wars, bring the troops home, spend the money on the people. Legalize cannabis, end mass incarceration. Environmental justice. No DAPA just got to win. They're going to discontinue the freaking oil mines of pouring that water in that fracked oil. They're going to end that finally. I was down with that. I supported that in 2015. Shouldn't have took 5 years to come to the conclusion we already did. How environmentally it's a hazard. It's a risk. It's dangerous for those people, Dakotas and Lakotas. So there's a lot of issues that I support. 1 out of 4 black children lives under the poverty line. I support eradicating poverty in the United States. We could do it. We could send a man to the moon and a force to the moon. We should be able to eradicate poverty for all American citizens, the richest country in the world that's ever existed. So those issues, instead of caring what I stand for, what I believe in, what I'll fight for, you're worried about who I would vote for when it don't even matter. Electoral college picks our presidents. This is performance. Representative democracy, meaning your vote is represented in other delegates who go and vote for you. You don't know that yet, and you're going to question what I do, question what I will vote for. So, it's a horrible time. We're all going through it. I feel you. Those who don't drink have begun to drink. And I'm sorry, but I just gotta say it. There's a lot going on domestically for people. Like that guy freaking out like that. I don't know what he's doing to his wife. Now, hey, look, I don't like this. I'm not here to disrespect the home. No one's home. But if your anger is that, if you go 0 to 70, 0 to 105 in like 2 seconds over a senior citizen asking you, one of our elders asking you, could you wear a mask, and you want to kill him like that? That's it. Well, I wonder what you do when someone's not passing you the remote quick enough at home. You see, there's an uptick in domestic violence and child abuse. There always is when there's stressors. Well, what about if mom can't work, dad can't work, the bills keep calling in, and the car down, like everything at one time, plus the schools are shut down, plus you can't go fishing, plus the watering hole is shut down, plus and you can't go to the club, right? Like all at once. So there's a lot going on there. So I'm just wondering. Just wonder. 973, you live. Tim Black Show. What's your name? What's your comment? 973.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Black? This is Najee from New Jersey. Terry Crews. It kind of pains me at times that we even have to keep addressing this. Because so often, it's it's Stacey Dash, it's Paris Denard, then it's Candace Owens, then it's Terry Crews, and and I just think that these arguments are very disingenuous. I think that people like Terry Crews, just to kind of be on the opposite end of the conversation, brings attention. Because even when they say that, average black people aren't concerned about crime in certain urban areas, that's far from the truth. In my neck of the woods, you have Larry Ham, who's been fighting and marching and organizing protests to stop police brutality and also gang violence. And I think that the argument gets framed when they say black on black crime as if middle class, working class black people are just getting off of their UPS, the post office jobs, or government jobs, and they're running around the streets doing drive-bys. This is a lot of the crime that we see is directly linked to a underground economy, that's fueled by drugs. And also just kind of like years and years of neglect. That's origins is, comes from racism. And this whole idea that this is just something that solely should be placed at the feet of black people, as if black people aren't Americans, as if what's going on in urban America isn't an American issue, it's just a black issue. So black people, again, like I said, if today or tomorrow Black Lives Matter stopped everything and just started marching in the streets, that is not going to be a solution to a systemic problem. America needs, if America needs to get serious about solving the issues that plagues these urban areas, America needs to come together and form a Marshall Plan, a New Deal for Black America. So again, when I hear these arguments, I just know that either A, people are willfully ignorant or just ignorant. And Malcolm X said it a long time ago. Our celebrities should not be our thought leaders. When we started talking about the coronavirus and Trump said some disparaging things about China, and China leadership spoke up. You didn't have Jackie Chan on CNN speaking up for the Asian community. So but when it comes to black America, we have celebrities. We have people that might not even have high school diplomas or any college education speaking up for us, and it's very disrespectful. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Najee, thanks for calling in from Jersey, man. I appreciate it. And I'm glad I got my headphones in so I can hear people now, hear names better. I agree, man. And it's so, it's actually disrespectful. I can string together some words and I can say something to get people pumped up, and I could call out some stuff, but, I'm no substitute for Cornel West, and I don't intend to be. Never intended to be. Michelle Alexander has her place, I have my place. And if we're going to have these conversations, if we really want answers, those are the people that you would call. Right? If that's what you want to do. Now, if you want a talk show at the, a night's talk show, and you want somebody to entertain you with truth and pump you up and make you laugh a little bit, that's a little different. Then maybe you call me. But you know what I'm saying? So, to Najee's point, the fact that they allow these people to talk says everything about what they're trying to get out of it, that they don't really want to have a genuine conversation. Because they would not be having it with these people. They would be having it with people who have degrees and people who have the expertise and the people that have, or at least the activists on the ground who deal with these issues. There are lots of organizations, Johnson, who deal with these issues, And if we got a problem, and I'll just say this, I'm going to next call, I'm coming your way. Anywhere on the globe you go where there's people in poverty and people who have been systemically oppressed, who lack resources, you're going to find violence. I don't give a damn where you go. They make this, and the reason why it works when they do the fearmonger, when they do the shaming of black people, is because so many people have such latent bigotry because of the way our country's been run. The culture of America is that way. That's why they believe it. Anywhere you go. Anywhere you go, the people with the least, who have the least, who have the lack, that's where you're going to find the pain, baby. For you to think that's just a black thing just goes to show that you are really you need, you know, you got some issues of color. So anyway, there it is. 267. You're live. TV Tuesdays. Hey, how you doing?
What's up? Can you hear me, Tim?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing now?
It's just a little delay for me. So this is once again Eric calling from PA.
Okay.
And I'm glad you touched on a few things. I'm glad you started talking about the most vulnerable. Because with that mask debate, I'm not even engaging that anymore. Because when somebody say like, oh, you're not wearing the mask, I'm thinking like, yo, unhoused people exist, my G. Like, did you forget that? We're still going to travel amongst them, mask or no mask. And nobody's talking about them. Which, a lot of them happen to be military veterans. So that, you know, we support the troops, but unless they're homeless? Anyway, I think we should stop engaging all of these arguments, to be honest with you. The black-on-black crime argument, the mask argument, the celebrity argument, like that shit is exhausting, yo, and it takes energy away from actual things that we can do to help each other progress, which are mutual aid and direct action. Start joining groups in your local community like Buy Nothing and see who the most vulnerable are and how you can help them. That's a monumental shift right there. Just that small action. So I don't want to argue with these people about the same things we've been talking about tirelessly. You know, Nina Turner is checking Deborah Messing on Twitter. Like that's what we're watching real time. And then Bree said it perfectly. Deborah Messing says she's going to call Stacey Abrams to tell Nina Turner about the black community. That's chef's kiss. So that's my advice. Like, stop arguing with these people about these mundane topics that we've already killed and buried. And one more thing, I want to give just a little bit pushback on the whole celebrity thing. It's not that we don't have black thought leaders. It's that they're not presented on enough shows, on enough mainstream. There are plenty, you included, brother. So that's the thing. Like, we need to start promoting these guys. I noticed Richard Mendenhurst, somebody else I watched, I like just as much as you. He ain't got a blue check. Why is that? Mark Lamont Hill from my city, Uncle Bobby. I mean, he got canceled because he started speaking up rights for the Palestinian people. So, I mean, why is AOC highlighted more than Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib? I mean, these things, they present the left for us in that narrative, but they don't know what the left is. So
who was this person that you said doesn't have a check? Who's this person you said doesn't have a check mark? That you say you like Richard as much as me?
Mendenhurst.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty good. Richard Mendenhurst. He does a YouTube show.
Yeah.
He's Syrian. He's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. I think he's been doing it a couple years.
He's an aggressive leftist like me.
Okay. You know, man, like, my thing is this, man. I don't know why people... You kind of hit a wrong chord with me with this. Like, you know...
Go ahead, please.
I don't know Richard Mendenhurst. But now I've said his name about 5 times on my show. I don't think that's cool. But, okay, that's what you initiated it, so I'll go ahead and follow up. I don't know what he's done. I know I worked really hard to get what I have, and I didn't have any jobs. Nobody hooked me up. I ain't CNN. I ain't Don Lemon. I'm a guy who did this on his own shoestring. So whatever your critique of who is up, like, or what, I don't know why you would put me in that, because I'm definitely grassroots all the way. I don't know what he's done. I don't know. Has he applied for a check mark? So I wasn't chosen. Like, you gave the connotation like I was chosen. I wasn't chosen. I had to. I applied for it, and they gave it to me.
Is he on mute?
Right?
Am I on mute?
No, you're not on mute. I didn't mute you. So I don't know why you felt the need to do that, man. But I take it separate.
You are presented like these other people, like the Terry Cruzes or the people that feign leftism. I wasn't coming at you. I was, giving you your props.
It sounded like you were saying, Richard's not where you are, so like I don't know where that came from because I didn't even know it.
Listen, I'm not a hater. I support people who speak the truth.
Okay.
Period. Point blank.
Well, call his show. Call Eric. Call Richard's show next week, and promote this show. And we even. All right, brother.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Thank you. Come on, man. Like, I don't know why we got to keep having this conversation. Like, I never went on anybody's show and promoted anybody else that wasn't a mutual friend of ours. Like, that's just an etiquette that we have. But I don't know. I guess maybe I misunderstood why he was saying I got a blue check mark. What the fuck is a blue check mark? I don't know. Was he at Politico? It took me 7 years to get a Politico. I don't know. Because I've been doing this almost 10 years. Because I bust my ass. I've done 4,000 videos. I don't know, because I do 5 shows a week. At one point, I was doing 2 shows a day, 5 shows a week. I don't know, because I reached 40 million people. So, like, I work really hard. I'm not going to apologize for that at all. You plugged your guy. You like him just as much as me. Well, I wish him success. But this work ethic, mine has been unchallenged. It's unprecedented with no hookups from TYT, no hookups from anybody, no networks, nothing, no hookup, no job. So I don't know, man. Hey, look, I know I'm probably sensitive about it. I think I have a right to be, man. You know how hard I had to work to get this? I wasn't on Ring of Fire like Benjamin Dixon. I haven't been on MSNBC like Ben Dixon or propped up like Jimmy Dore on TYT, $1 million corporation paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Working for Tulsi Gabbard, flown around the country as a paid surrogate for a presidential candidate. I got mine from the dirt, so I get it, But, man, please never make it seem like I'm elite or I got something or over someone else, man. I shout out people. I used to shout out people all the time on this show. It just happens that people – I've had some disappointments. But, all right. It is what it is, man. I'm going to go next call. 310. I hate to bring you in after that because you don't deserve that type of energy. But you are live on the Tim Black Show.
Tim.
The elite Tim Black Show.
Tim.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, this is Edie out of Los Angeles. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing all right, man. What's on your mind, brother? Let's talk about you. What's up?
Hey, man. I got a lot on my mind, but I understand where you're coming from. Can I say one thing about Terry Crews? Can we go back to him for a minute?
Yeah, I think it's good to talk about him because the guy's getting national coverage. I can't just ignore him. I think we should address him. If you don't mind addressing him, I appreciate that.
People with money always put themselves in a different fight than what the fight is about. Now, Black Lives Matter is doing something that if we miss this opportunity, these young people are putting their life, their career, their education on the line for something that they believe in because they see it. They see how they're being disrespected. They're seeing how their parents have been disrespected. This is something that's been going on, and they said they got enough. As far as the black-on-black crime that he's talking about, I've never seen him in any of the communities speaking to these young men and women that's out here doing it. Because you know why? It doesn't come to his doorstep. So he can say all this stuff that he thinks he's saying something right about, but until you in that situation, out there with them young bloods like the young man was talking about earlier, this is underground money and war that they're dealing with. These young men and women are not going to school, so they got to get their hustle on. And unfortunately, that hustle leads to crime. And I was talking with a friend of mine last night. I said, if the police wanted to stop that crime, believe you me, they could. Just like they got facial recognition. Don't think that these people that broke in all these stores and was looting They know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
And when they get ready, they coming for that ass. So let me stop venting on that. Let me move on to something that I think Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. The Democratic Party and the they hated Bernie Sanders because of his platform. And it's all about money. And no matter which one of these knuckleheads get in office, the Democrats and DNC are sitting there with a fat check steady rolling. It's all about money. We as the consumer have to understand. If we want to stop that train, we can do that. Stop buying products. That's all you got to do. You hit them in their pocket, then they start listening. The only time that they was listening while these marches was going on is when them damn stores got hit. As long as them stores wasn't getting hit and they was protesting peacefully, they didn't have nothing to say. But as soon as you hit that money, they came up here in Beverly Hills and started hitting them stores, a whole new light, a whole new conversation came about. So these young people understand it's about that money. We're the only country on the planet that does not have universal health care. You can go to any other damn country and get it taken care of. They keep bringing the boogeyman. They keep using Mexicans as the boogeyman. Mexicans ain't coming in for free health care. They got that in Mexico.
Yeah.
They need to get off of that square with that one. Give people what we need as far as education, good paying jobs, and health care. School is going to take care of itself. I would not send my son or daughter to school right now because Trump is talking about, well, we opening up the schools. If you lost your damn mind, we're in a pandemic. I know plenty of teachers that are saying the same damn thing. Situation and not give them what they need to combat the elements that they're around. Look at these healthcare workers. Mm-hmm. They are going in every day and they come out crying because of the people that they cannot save because they don't have the equipment. That makes no sense. They holding up. This president is the worst. I mean, I thought Ronald Reagan was the worst. I mean, I don't even want to start on him because he started all this shit. But when you look at Bush, when you look at Clinton, when you look at Obama, we can go on and on and on. Spiro Agnew, all these knuckleheads, none of them is as worse as this knucklehead that we got in office. At least they would give us crumbs. This cat ain't giving us nothing. And for what's his name, Keon West or whatever the hell, the guy that's formerly deformed and thinks he's a rap artist and everybody's following him around. Hey, I'm glad you make your money off music because as far as you trying to run a fucking country, you out of your damn mind and it shows every day. So, Tim, let me give you back your audience. This is crazy, man. This is purity crazy. And I am a strong supporter of your show. I enjoy it. You make me laugh sometimes when I'm down.
Good, brother. Because
you are speaking truth to power. And I just hope people understand that. It's about opening your mind and seeing the big picture. Because no matter what bubble we're in, we all walk a different path.
Well, look, man, I appreciate you, man, for taking time out, man, calling the show and yeah.
Enjoy your show. Thank you very much for letting me talk.
No doubt, man, and I will continue to do so, man. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, man, I want to apologize, man. I don't like getting like that, man. It's like this hit a nerve for me, man. Like they gave me something. These fuckers ain't giving me anything. But thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you because I don't even think Eric meant it in a bad way. He didn't know. That's like a hot button with me, man. But yeah, man. Like I'm telling you, I sat on a call with a bunch of parents and teachers, and they were trying to figure it out. They none of them were talking politics. They were just like, what's in the best interest of the kids? What's in the best interest of the teachers? And we're not even talking about kids that may have pre-existing conditions that put them more vulnerable to COVID. Like there are children with asthma that this would be, to catch COVID could be life-ending. And for you not to even have any consideration at all, for you to just be like, we're opening up the schools. Oh, we're going to have the schools, big schools, lots of schools, all the schools, the best schools. No one loves the schools more than we do. You know, it's horrible. Horrible. It really is, guys. It really is. I'm just trying to keep track here with the numbers, guys. I'm sorry. Trying to 561. Did you just get on 561? 586. You live?
Oh, that would be me.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. How you doing?
Oh, good. It's Big Baby Zubas. I had to buy new earplug thingy because my headphones kept screwing up.
All right.
That's why I kept he kept hitting me up, and I was like, hey, I'm not here.
Gotcha.
But I got a whole bunch of things, and I wrote them all down. And I'll try to get through most of them, but if I take up too much time, let me know, all right? Because I don't want to cut everybody off. Anyway,
I'll let you know.
First I got a little note from what the one guy was saying about how it was madness and how it looks like things are crazy right now. Well, in the movie V for Vendetta, they had this one part where they were talking all this news stuff, and I remember in the news they were like, the American Civil War has continued on with all these actions, and I was like, American Civil War? What? I could never imagine such an action, but with how things are right now, we're pretty close to it, and it's up to us to keep it in the movie and not in reality. But anyway, so first thing, can I give a shout out to a smaller YouTube thing that I've been liking recently that's been doing a lot of news-related stuff?
No, won't you just make your comments, Zubas? Go ahead, man.
Okay. So it's about this YouTube guy posted this thing about the Trump gun. And basically, he was talking about this thing. They arrested some people in Chicago over the weekend during the violent stuff, and they found a bunch of Glocks on them. One of the Glocks had Trump's face on the handle of it, which is crazy. And he noted earlier that something about somebody was noting that the white supremacists were going to try to, use the 4th of July weekend to start violent stuff, and all this violent stuff happened. So I guess the guy on Twitter was right. But I just thought that would be interesting to look up the Trump gun. Anyway, so second thing, monuments. I know a lot of people have talked about monuments and stuff lately. Hopefully we're making a museum out of them. I know Mount Rushmore, people have been sitting there freaking out about Mount Rushmore. But what my problem is with Stone Mountain, Georgia. You know what Stone Mountain, Georgia is, Mr. Tim Black? Tim Black? Probably not. All right, so Stone Mountain, Georgia is this big mountain that the KKK used to use to hold rallies. Well, now they go ahead and they put the world's biggest mural of the president of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, and stuff. So, well, after all that, I think after noticing they had a whole group of black militant militias people going there, and they kind of showed a little show of force. I really feel like people are going to start recognizing that something needs to happen to Stone Mountain, Georgia, because the Confederate equivalent of the Mount Rushmore must not stand the way it is, I feel. But I'm not sure what to do about it, so I leave it up to the people. Third item is the R word that you were discussing the other day from the Washington football team. I completely concur. Lately I've been trying to convince my local city to had Indigenous Peoples Day, and I was talking to the executive director of this United Tribes here in the state, and he told me, his name was Frank, and he was telling me about all this stuff, and we were talking about Columbus and stuff, and then he mentioned the R word. He said, that word? No, we're right out the question. No, you can't use that word. We will not allow you to use that word if your school is in proximity to us. So if anybody says that our word is okay, it is not okay, at least from a lot of the native people here in my state. Fourth, I'm going on the fourth thing here, the Insane Clown Posse. This is different. I'm doing a little swerve on this one, but I got 5 songs that I think you should listen to, because ICP has been known as the most hated band in the world for a long time. And then people are like, oh, they're just a bunch of serial killer clown people. But I really think it was because they talked about a lot of stuff that a lot of other people in rap at the time and after haven't.
All right, Zubas, man, thank you for the phone call, man. I'm going to have to end it there, man. I guess technically, I think. Thank you, Zubas. I appreciate it, man. I don't know what we're doing, man. What are we doing? What are you doing, Zub? What are you doing, brother?
What do you mean?
And like you were doing me a top 10 list or something, man. Like I thought, like the phone lines are for like if you got an issue you want to talk about or something happened in the news. I expect you to run down a list of like 5 things that you, all various things that you like. I don't understand what you're doing, man. But I appreciate you calling, man. I'm just saying, like it's not in the spirit of what the show's about, man. Call up, say what you speak your mind about an issue, but not to do. You're not a reporter for the Tim Black Show. What are you doing? Start a podcast. Shit. Zubas, start your podcast. Stop writing me to start your podcast. Start your own podcast. Dave from Stone Mountain, one of our moderators, Dave is from Stone Mountain, been a moderator for years here. Big time fighter for the people, man. So yeah, I know it's Stone Mountain, Georgia. I just was kind of vexed, like, at the moment. But yeah, we know what Stone Mountain is, and actually I'm slipping because, and I guess I'll save it because there's a black militia, right? That's it there, and exercising their Second Amendment rights, right? And people are worried. All of a sudden, people who like guns around are like, uh-oh, I like guns, but I don't like these people having guns. So I meant to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about it, Z, so your call was helpful because you reminded me. 360, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, this is David. I just wanted to kind of talk about what it's like talking to somebody who just doesn't believe any of this stuff. Like, I grew up in a pretty liberal city, but after, I was at a school in my sister's where my mom moved back down to the South just to where her family's from. And ever since then, she's just been getting more and more conservative. And so talking to her on the phone and stuff, it's like, I'll try and do what you're saying, sprinkle facts on her, not really arguing, not like trying to talk to her in a way to get her to say like, yo, COVID's a real problem, this is why the masks work, and it doesn't matter. We could have a half-hour conversation where she starts to agree with me and think something, start thinking like, oh, maybe I should be wearing a mask. But next week, we'll start talking about the same thing, and it's like she backtracked because I might get a half-hour a week with her, but she's on Fox News with her husband like 2 hours a night. These people are getting it 10, 12 hours a week, just constant propaganda, and it's strong. It's just all the time. And so it really feels almost hopeless because they trust the wrong people and distrust the wrong people. And it's like we're always fighting a losing battle by trying to, outwit them or outwill them with facts. But it just doesn't go anywhere. So that's just been frustrating me lately, and I don't really know. I don't even know where to go in the future where people could really go changing their minds or anything. Last thought, I think it'd be a good idea to have Terry Crews debate Deborah Messing on TV. Anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Michael, man. David, I'm sorry. Thank you, David. I needed that laugh, brother. I needed that, brother. I appreciate you. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, like I mean, I know this show's long, but I did cover Deborah Messing and Nina Turner pretty well. I thought it was a fun segment to do and got to the root of it. Good stuff, David. Thank you, brother. 707, you're live Tuesdays.
Hey, Tim, how you doing?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Mary from Santa Rosa, California.
Ooh, all right, Mary. What's on your mind, sis?
All right, so tonight I'm not going to cry on your show and tell you how much I love you, even though I do really love you. But I did hit a long shot exacta in Australia today. I sent you $200 because I really want you to have a better phone line. And Del Mar is starting in a couple of days. Del Mar is starting, and long shots are my specialty. And I am goddamn committed that every dollar that I make, I'm going to give you half. And I'm good at this. Love you, Tim. Night.
Good night, Mary. You definitely don't have to do that. You're way too generous than you need to be. We have stacked some of the money that people have been contributing for the phone line because I got a new computer. The thing is, we're really trying to be careful about what we go with because it'll take it's just exorbitant amount to get the type of phone system that we want. Someone said, Tim, you're not raising enough money. You need to raise more money. You should raise $50,000. TYT raised millions. You could raise $50,000. Get you a real this, a real. I'm like, dude, like that's. You realize the corona out here? He's like, don't sell the Wolfpack short, man. You got to be. We are small time. we you know what I'm saying? We so based on what we're doing, we haven't even raised a tenth of that. Right? So, you know what I mean? And if I get locked into a contract, they're going to want their money monthly. Get what I'm saying? So anyway, thank you, Mary. But like I stated, don't ever do anything for this show that puts you in any type of financial straits. We have always made it work. We've always made it work. Guys, people tell them. We used to have a phone. I used to use a phone and put it by a microphone. I used to put the speaker near the mic, and that's how people heard the phone calls the first 2 years. We grinded, man. Remember when I used to be in my garage, and it was just like white paint and unfinished garage, and bugs flying. There are people who watch this show who remember. They remember. Do you remember? When it was... Okay, next call. 240. 240, you're live. Tim Black Show. What's your name? What's your comment?
24. Hey, Tim. This is Nestor from Maryland.
Nestor, what's up, brother?
Thank you. Yeah, everything's good, man. So trying to survive, trying to stay alive during these tough times, man. I just wanted to bring up the issue that I don't know if you saw where the clown president that we have during the July 3rd, he did his little rally. And the things he was saying, man, it was like, trying to destroy this country because it's like they're just heading headlong into trying to implode and trying to make sure that this country stays divided. It's like maybe it's destiny, you know. Maybe it's a part of a country being so violent, so bloodthirsty throughout its history that, you know, this is the end conclusion of something that thrives through conquest and pillaging other people. You know, and it's not something new. It's throughout history. It's been repeated countless times. The most noted Rome. This thing just it's. I don't know if we'll survive it. I hope we do. You know, there is hope in the future.
90 seconds.
As the United States declines, I think a lot of other countries are starting to step up, starting to realize that there is no future where you can depend on one country to lead everyone. There's going to be a future where if we're here, maybe we'll be able to see it where everyone has to work within the framework that, you know, we're a community on this little rock that's floating. Like, for example, China actually has a goal to exterminate poverty in their own country, which is made up of billions of people, and they're very close to it. And now this country only has 300 million, and they're struggling because they don't want to do it, because it's all about choice. You know, it always comes down to choice, and there is hope, because there's people out there in the streets. You know, we're out here, we're talking about issues, we're not giving up, and that's what it's about, man. It's about keeping up and keep on going, you know.
I hear you, Nestor. What part of Maryland you in, my brother?
Oh, man, I'm Bethesda.
Okay, I'm familiar. Yeah.
10 seconds.
I'm near Waldorf, man. Yeah, Bethesda, man, dude. I remember I used to work on Democracy Boulevard out there near the mall a while back, not that long ago. But yeah. So I know the area, brother.
We're close to Friendship, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of, yeah.
To,
DSW.
Yeah, I'm closer to the metro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm closer to the metro off Bradley and Arlington.
Got you.
I know you.
Well, you're a homeboy, Nestor, so thanks for calling up, man. I appreciate you.
All right, then. Take care.
You got it, man. Yeah, man, just like, you know, it's just remember, man, like we're all, you know, all across the country, people calling in from New York, from New Jersey, from California, different parts of California, Midwest. We got a lot of people calling in, man. So much respect to all the callers, man. You know, oh, man, lost one of my callers. But I got 415 number. 415, you're live. What's your comment? What's your name? What's your comment?
That's me. My name is OG. That's what they call me.
OG?
They call me OG.
OG in the house, man. All right.
With you, it'll come to play. Now, I'm going to go back in history just a little bit, just to make a point. October 21st, 1967, 100,000 people marched on the Pentagon in protest of the Vietnam War. November 15th, 1969, 250,000 protesters staged a peaceful demonstration in Washington, D.C. against the war in Vietnam. Now, in 67, I was 16, and in 69, I was 18. I was there. The war wouldn't end until, I think, 1975. But I fast forward to the present. I turned 70 in January, and I look around, and what I see is a whole different picture than I did back then. Unfortunately, complacency set in. People stopped asking questions. People stopped. I'm going to make a dire prediction. This is the end of capitalism. This is the end of this empire as we know it. And it's going to get a lot more uglier than it's going to get pretty. Thank you for giving me your time.
All right. Well, thank you for the phone call, my brother. OG. I ain't come to play. OG. They call him OG. 360, you're next. Thank you for calling. What's your name? What's your comment?
Well, Tim is Mona from Washington. And I don't want to call in to talk about somebody else because I'm here at your show because I enjoy your content and commentary and the people that also come here for the same. However, looking towards all the monuments that are being debated about whether or not they should come down or not, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that because the immediacy, at least for me, and I'm not a person of color, though, is not, it would be like 20th on my list. There are other things I'd rather go after rather than the symbols of oppression. For instance, I know this seems like a strange thing, but I had a young man come to me from Florida, and he was a young man of color, very, very nice. And I could see his mother look at me rather shamefaced to tell me that he was transferring to my school from Plantation Oaks Elementary. Just let that sink in a minute. How would that feel to have to put down that your school was called Plantation Oaks? I'm sorry. You know, so to me, that's the built-in ugliness that we have in so many of the naming of things named for dead white dudes. That's what I used to tell my sixth graders. Oh yeah, well, it's a dead white dude. That's who we're, validating whenever we do things. It's some dead white dude. Anyway, that's all, Tim. Just that as a comment. That to me is a horrific thing for a young mother to have to say that her child went to Plantation Oaks Elementary. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you for the phone call. I can't even look. I gotta agree. The remnants. You're right. The remnants of slavery, the remnants of the Confederacy and bigotry, and it's all around us. But you know what it is. You know what it is, sister. It's like right now is a time to grab whatever we can grab. And that's how people feel. Like, and so I've said the same thing. Like, I would take universal health care over all the monuments. Hell, you could put up 5 more, 10 more in my state, and we could all have universal health care and throw in a livable wage, $20. Hey, but it don't work that way. So I can't be, because they won't throw it in. And there have been people who have been fighting for these changes for years and years and years. So, but your point is not missed. I get it. 404, and I think you understand where I'm coming from too. You're live, TB Tuesdays. What's your name? What's your comment?
What's going on, Tim? This is Sean. I'm calling from Georgia.
What's up, Sean? How you feeling, man? What's on your mind, brother?
Not too much. I've got an opportunity to talk to you probably like when the protests had first started. Dropped it, and I called in and basically just said, like, hey, it's just people with out-of-state licenses that live in Atlanta. And, that turned out to be the case and whatnot. They never spoke about that shit again. But the thing that's been bothering me recently is if you're around somebody who says something like Kanye West is going to take away from Joe Biden, you should really reconsider if that person's your friend. Or if you're watching a news program where they're pushing celebrities to act as if those represent people of color. Because what they're ultimately saying is that they believe people of color don't have any depth to them. We're not intelligent. We have to look at clowns and, jokesters for our thoughts and our ideas. We have to look to other people to think for us. We're not able to make our own decisions as who we vote for. Like my friend said, Kanye probably just has a fucking album coming out. Like, I heard Kanye said something about running for president. I never thought about it again. But then I heard somebody say, like, oh, he'll take away votes. I'm like, you're underlining. You might not be racist when you said that to me, but what that really means is you have a bad impression of people of color, because what they're basically telling you is that they think that everybody loves, like everybody has a mantle. Like, we don't have a picture of Jesus, we have Kanye West beside us, and every night when we go to bed we read his scriptures for our thoughts and our actions. It's actually insulting, and people should feel insulted about that. And if you're watching a television program where they push that narrative, or they put Terry Crews on the fucking television channel as if they're still treating us as people who can be controlled. So it's just something to think about. It was something that was bothering me. Have a great night. Thank you for letting me call in.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling up, man. And this freaking phone line went out a little bit, but I think I heard you. I think I get the gist of it. You know, yeah, they are saying that we can be led around by our celebrities, right? But for a moment, I thought, so you know what? What would they say if Miley Cyrus ran? Would they be saying the same thing? Would they be saying, uh-oh, she's going to get the women vote? I think they would do that with anybody, Johnson. But it didn't work that well with Pete Buttigieg. And you know what else? When was the last time you heard somebody say Pete Buttigieg? Weird, huh? But I think they try it. I mean, you know, they're trying to sell clicks and hits, and that's why I got to cover this stuff. I got to, you know, part of what I do, I don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time on Kanye, but when you have an issue like that, that's in our realm, right? So we are talking about politics. We do cover politics here. It helps in a way for me to talk about it and to do a video on it, because there are people who may watch that video who never heard of this show, and now they're going to be introduced to a new type of politics. And if I can frame it right, where they get a taste of what this channel is really about, it helps us reach new people. Because if all I'm ever doing, because you know YouTube don't really want a show like this to grow. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't just turn me on all the conservatives and not go after them, because I'm going to go after Democrats too and liberals too. Do-nothing liberals, limousine liberals who want to be performative but not really get policy done. Whenever we say we demand this, they go, hey, not so fast. Let's calm down, buddy. Let's get in line. Let's slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Here goes a penny for your trouble. So, like, you know, we're going to go after everyone on this channel. But the thing is, back to Kanye West, man, I feel that Kanye, I feel like they are using him, but they would have just as well used The Rock or Mary J. Blige or anyone that they thought was black who could pull votes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, yeah. I look at that more as they look at what Kanye's trying to do. You know, like he's the one who's really being disrespectful. So, but I want to thank everybody who called up tonight. Just going over my notes, man. Yeah, because that's the deal, man. That's so the deal. That is so the deal. Yeah, it's been one of those nights. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the comment section, see if people called up and they had some stuff they want to say. I didn't, you know. I feel like I need to do that. Like I need to get these people Ben a fool. That's funny. Ben a fool. Thank you, Ben a fool. Sheldon, hey Charles, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Thank you, Sheldon. Kelly, and wear your mask, let the Wolfpack. That's all I'm saying. I think masks, I'm not saying I like them. Saying I like, you know, I definitely don't want anybody in my home to get sick because of me. And I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get anybody sick. Roger Meadows, hey Tim, we need to flip the script, change narrative for every time the media and politicians talk about the economy. Force them to switch it out and say income inequality gap, the true economy repping workers. Leah Daniels joined the Wolfpack. Andy, Tim is on fire tonight, y'all. Give him a like. Thank you, Andy. Chester Williams, it's a big club, but we ain't in it. You damn right we ain't in it. Cheryl says, you're the best, Tim. Thank you, Cheryl. Mary Bishop, love you, Tim. Always, sorry for crying on the phone call. You're not the first, Mary, and thank you, sister. More the exact money for butthurtiness. Thanks for supporting the show, Mary. That's what I said. People don't realize, man. That's the reason why we're able to do what we do. Carrie, thank you. Roger, Tim jumping in the middle of the Deborah Nina fight on either side is like that guy Arsenio Hall had with him at Harlem Nights. When they went after Eddie Murphy. Oh, Killing Tommy. Nina, for Killing Tommy. Nina would probably be mad at you. Nah, you know what? There's times like, okay, so there have been times when I've had Nina's back, right? And she, you know, she appreciated it. But, like, I don't want to be, like, gratuitous, right? When there's nothing there. There's nothing to go, like, I mean, this is, like, just been times she's been trolled by a bunch of, you know, whatever. And then you get involved. Hold on, guys. Hey. Hello? Yeah, I do. I guess I do. I don't know. Well, let me see. Let me pull him in and find out. All right, guys. Hey, guys, I just got a call that we got a couple people in the comment queue. 561. You're live. Who's this?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me now?
Yes, Ty.
This is Ty. Hello.
Okay, Ty. What's up,
I
man?
just want thank you for covering Terry Crews. About, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, I asked everybody I knew if they thought Terry Crews was some kind of Uncle Tom character, and all my black friends said that they had been knowing he was a Poindexter, and using it just it's synonymous with Uncle Tom basically, and all the white people I knew thought the complete opposite. So I don't know, something's been funny about that cat for a while now. I don't know. And last thing I got to say is I don't think Biden's got a chance against Trump. I don't want to see Trump win again, of course, but all these polls coming out saying that Biden's gonna maybe take Texas and this and that. I don't know what they're thinking, but he ain't got a chance. Even as poor a job as Trump is doing, I just don't see anybody getting behind that guy, getting excited. I don't know who's all of a sudden just changing their minds. So anyway, that's all I got. Thank you for getting my call.
Yeah, man, I'm glad they told me, man. Dude, I don't know your number by heart, so it definitely wasn't me trying to dish you, bro. But thank you for about the Terry Crews comment, man. Yeah. So you heard it from him, like, you know, I think some people who really don't understand that we got these cornballs, right, in our communities that just say these weird things that I think they look at his size and they think, oh, he can be a sellout. He's a big, strong black guy. That didn't have anything to do with it, Johnson. Nothing at all. It's not about size or muscles or nothing. You could be 100 pounds soaking wet and be fearless. James Baldwin was like that, right? Fearless. I don't get that from Terry. But thank you, Ty, for calling up, man. Yes. Okay, Survivor Murray. What Survivor Murray say? She said, don't call Tim Chandler try to push other people's. That's all. That's how I felt. Am I wrong to feel that way? I don't think it's wrong to feel that way. I feel bad feeling that way. Because people like, Tim, you shouldn't feel that way. You're Tim Black. You're amazing. You're killing it. I'm like, I'm barely keeping this thing together, man. What are you talking about? They think I'm killing it. You got a blue check mark and everything. Really? I got them when they were still giving them out. I've been around. No one's getting them anymore. You know, but I appreciate you, though. I'm glad you get it. I guess when I get like millions, I don't even think I'm ever going to be that big. You got to have push, man. You got to have help to get that big, man. Or either you got to make videos like Terry Crews videos, slamming black people, talking down black people. What's wrong with you? Out here riling up with white people, pissing white people off. Cut it out, black people. Then I'll blow up. be on Fox News the next day like, that's all you got to do, really? I'm not willing to do it. I'm going to, oh, gosh. Roger said, callers and Tim's and Fish just like how it is, well understood. When you call radio shows, you don't mention other radio stations. What makes you think it's okay to do it on Tim's YouTube shows? Duh. It didn't make me feel bad. I feel bad, but it's like a standard. Now, if we had a conversation and you're like, hey, I saw a video that someone did. Tim, I don't know if you saw this video. I guess it's okay to say, hey, such and such put out a video of this. But to just bring up people like, hey, can I plug someone on your show? Yeah, well, tell them to contact me and we'll do an ad for them. It ain't going to cost a lot. And then I'll do it. I'll be like, hey, our sponsor of tonight's show is Johnson's. Everybody's a Johnson. Tonight's sponsor of tonight's show is Johnson's Independent Media Only, Johnson. Our show is sponsored by Sprinkle Some Facts on them, Johnson. And and we'll do it the right way. It ain't gonna cost a lot, but let me be a part of it. You would go on Jay Leno and be like, hey, I'm gonna go talk about Jimmy Kimmel's show, how great it is over there. Jay Leno be like, get your ass off my show. Tim, Jay Leno no longer has a show. Okay, the Jimmy Fallon. Mary Bishop, Tim, do not worry about me. I have your back, and it is nothing off mine. You just do your job, Truth Teller. Just make sure I get notice of your calls. Much love. Mary, I don't know what to say, Mary. I don't know what to say, Mary. You know, like everybody else, I'm stressed. What the? You were calling me during the middle of shows. Hello? Princess Queen. Now, okay, you know what? Hold on a second. Okay, I'll see if I can. I don't have any other calls. 707 was Mary. You know what? Okay. All right, babe. All right, so look, guys, apparently there are people who are not being picked up in the queue. I got calls in the queue here. So what I do is I write down the names. Like, I just write down everybody. Let's try. Let's try this, guys. It's not good. 252, have you spoke yet?
No.
252, who is this?
This is Kira.
Okay, Kira. What's on your mind, Kira?
I wanted to talk about nepotism and how it affects our media. I really get tired and frustrated with everything that's going on as far as, with these dynasty families. Like you got the Cuomos on CNN and governor of New York, and his father was also governor of New York. And then you have the situation with Tucker Carlson and him being from the Swanson family line. I find it really disingenuous to the working people that you have these people with these attachments, you know what I'm saying? And, it really hits me hard because I wanted to work in journalism at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm really passionate about factual information being passed out and, the American people being informed overall. I feel like that's the biggest hurdle that we need to get over in our, in our lives as Americans, because I feel like we live in this bubble where we think that we're the most informed. We think that, the things that Tucker Carlson and the Laura Ingrams and, people like that are saying is factual, but it's really not. Anderson Cooper, he was one of my biggest inspirations when I was a kid. I used to loved watching him in Africa talk about the realness that was going on and the wars that were going on. And then, you know, what happened as soon as he stopped doing that, he takes his desk job at CNN. He's actually, you know, sitting in front of, you know, the people in the news networks, and he's beholden to these billionaires. And then you find out, oh, well, he's from the Vanderbilt, you know, dynasty. It's just really disingenuous that these are the people that are supposed to inform us. You know what I'm saying? And then you have this mother. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to curse. You have this bastard really on Fox News telling you, the working family, that you should send your children to school so you can have more babysitters scaring your children while you go and you work for the same corporations that they're benefiting from. And it's really disingenuous. I really think that it's bullshit that this person has the audacity to tell me that I'm supposed to go send my child to school. My child with an autoimmune disorder. I'm supposed to send my child to school and potentially can't contract the coronavirus. And then some of us, like myself, take care of our family members. You know what I'm saying? My family member then gets exposed to the coronavirus, and they're at high risk because they're older. You know what I'm saying? It's just really crazy that these people are going to use our children to essentially bring the coronavirus in the homes of people who have been doing the right things, been hunkering down, been wearing masks, been doing what they can do to keep the coronavirus out of the supposed to go and work for you and send our children to school in harm's way and be okay with it. You know, and it's like we have no choice because you've only given people $1,200 over the course since March, and it's just outrageous. I really don't get why people are so enthralled with what these people are telling me. It really frustrates me. That's why when I call your show and I speak passionately about independent media and the importance of it, I really, really, really want people to understand, you know, and I know that we, the Wolfpack, understand, but it really frustrates me that people listen to this and think that, wow, that's a good idea. It's a good idea not to wear your mask. It's a good idea because Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump said, you know, don't wear your mask. And then as soon as one of the other Fox News hosts, the judge lady, Piero, whatever her name is, she says wear a mask, and she gets slaughtered on Fox News. It's like, why are these people allowed to misinform us in such a way and not be criminal? It's just so ridiculous. It's the media, you know, particularly with Bernie Sanders, swayed this primary to such a degree that is just disgusting. And I just don't get how this is allowed to happen over and over and over again. And nobody feels like there should be a balance. You know, you have this unchecked power in our Constitution, in our First Amendment for the media, but yet you allow all of these outside sources to sway it and go unchecked in their swaying of it. You know, I thought that, with the situation with Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg saying that basically, okay, we're not going to check any of these ads because, you know, we're protected and we don't have to, you know, stop, you know, the American people from viewing ads with false information in it. I thought that that was a violation of the First Amendment because, you know, that's the whole point of you having the protection is to inform and inform in a factual manner. I just don't get how all of these unchecked people have the audacity to get up here and tell you that this is what you should be doing. And it's no facts behind it. The facts say that masks are working and that masks are the biggest reason why the coronavirus was curbed and that we did start to see progress. So why would you, knowing that these are the studies that are coming out from the medical professionals, listen to these people who have billions of dollars or millions and tell you that you shouldn't wear a mask and put your family at risk? I just don't get it. I think that these people are just crazy. I mean, I know that if people are hurting, but I mean, we have to put our logical foot forward first. You know what I'm saying? If your true intention is to be informed, why are you watching these media folks give you this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And I saw one of your callers had talked about Rachel Maddow. I don't want to hear anything else from that lady. After all of the stuff that has came out, I think she should be thrown straight in the trash. She should not have a show anymore. Everything that she was posting was based on lies and falsity, and they knew it from the beginning. We know that. So why is this person still being believed and allowed to sway the American people to that degree? That's just something that frustrates me. I'm sorry for taking so long. Y'all have a good night. You know, I would love to hear your take on that, Tim, right quick before you turn in.
All right, Kira, thank you for the phone call, sister. I appreciate it. This person, I think they spoke, but I've been told I missed a couple people in the queue. I want to make sure I get them. 707, did you speak yet? I think that's Mary. It just should be Mary. Because people don't have to hang up after they speak, so they can. You know what? Something that Kira said really, I think that's it for calls. Something Kira said really strikes a chord with me because, excuse me, guys. It's something I felt for a long time, and before I worked for a newspaper back before we had back when we only had one kid. I worked for a newspaper. Back when we had one child, my oldest daughter, and we were living in the hood, and that was my goal. I wanted my own magazine, and I wanted to work in a newspaper. And I ended up the magazine. I couldn't afford it to really launch it. Really difficult to get a loan for that. A young guy, young parents, young family. But I got a job working for a newspaper, and I always felt that news and information was so important to communities. It's so important to put the truth out as best you can. And you know, having a job in journalism is very difficult. With no connections, it's hard to get a job. And hard to get a job that actually pays money that you can live. And people in journalism will tell you that. You know, until you got to pay so many dues. Well, I had a family, and we trying to, you know, get into a better living situation and trying to take care of the kid, our child. And at the time, it was just one. So I thought it was better for me to do something that was a little bit more stable, that actually paid, you know, decent money. Because small circulation, we had circulation like 50,000. It was a newspaper called Capital Spotlight. The point is this: when I started doing this on my own time, I would come home from work, I would start doing this. I started the Tim Black Show. I would get off work, one job, and then come do this job. And I did that for years, right? To just have the ability to do what I wanted to do. And as I did it, the more I did it, the more I felt that's the biggest problem in America, is that people put out false news. I won't even say fake news. People put out misleading news. I think that's our biggest problem, because people react and they live their lives based on misinformation. So when Kira talked about misinformation and the damage that it does, what it causes, I agree. I agree 100%. I know it's controversial to say I would like to see Tucker Carlson off the air, but realistically speaking, there'll just be another Tucker Carlson. So we need to deal with that Tucker Carlson and all the Tucker Carlsons, because it ain't just Tucker. It's a lot of people like that. I know that's not what I said. I was wrong. I was just angry. I'm tired of him lying, brazenly lying to the world all the time. I listen to him. I think this guy is bad for the world. But his network's bad for the world. And so are other networks. And what Rachel Maddow, good point. Rachel Maddow, horrible. Horrible. Use all of her skills for evil. So, Kira, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. More power to you. And I, like I said, I support you doing you. And like I told Alex from Berkeley, Anchor podcast, do it for free. Talk about whatever you want. Build your audience, because you two, I think, you two, Shantez, Najee, there's several people, man. Brother Eric, all of you have voices that are just as good as what I hear on podcasts every day when I have time to listen to them. There's no reason why you shouldn't, that you wouldn't be successful. Start now with what you have. I did, and I know you can do it. Thank you, Christine Danielson, for the donation. Thanks so much for fantastic shows and folks, Tim. Well, thank you from Seattle, Norway. Thank you, sister. I appreciate you, Johnson. And let me just make sure, man, because I'm missing all types of stuff. Okay, like, you know me, Tim. Red Forest, you are amazing. You're more amazing, Red. Thanks, Red. Flip, props. Flip. Phones just went out. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody got in. BG said something about Terry Crews take steroids in his head. What's going on, man? What you got? Why you got? All right. It's hilarious, man. He said, does Terry Crews take steroids to his head? What is going on, man? Someone said, well, Terry Crews built his own gaming computer. So so he has brains. He could put together a computer. Share Bear, thanks for being you. Thanks to you for being you. I'm telling you, man, you guys keep me going. You may not know this, but you do. And I'll be the first to admit, your brother Tim Black ain't perfect. I know that's a shock, right? You're like, what? No, it's true. It's true. I'm not perfect. Like tonight, I don't think I handled that good. I think I went overboard. I just get thirst. Look, I ain't done yet. I got work to do on me. Okay? I got work. Princess Queen, Token Black said it again, being used to distract. Thank you. Thank you, Princess Queen. Now, I was told Princess Queen was on the line. That's not Princess Queen, that's Kara. And that's Kara's Princess Queen. Kara, are you Princess Queen? Or am I just exposing you? Did I just out you? Phone line is dumb, MKC. I'm sorry. MKC, the phone line's ended. Someone said, Tim, where's your hair? I know. I'm not. I wish. Oh, I had good hair too, yo. I had good hair. I had that good hair. Oh, Princess Queen said no. She said, nah. Okay. I don't know. Okay. But, sign of the times. So you got that wrench out. All right, I'm gone, guys. That's it. I'm done. Join my text club. If you're not a member of my text club, join it today. Text the keyword cornbread to, gosh, it's been so long. I haven't given it out. 21,000. That's it. Text the word cornbread to code 21,000 to join the Tim Black VIP text list. Just do it. It's free. And I'll tell you stuff that's going on with the show, or I just, send you a little message, like, a few messages a month. And it's just a way to build the community. So join the Tim Black Wolfpack VIP text list. Text the word cornbread to code 21,000, 21 with 3 zeros. And do that. Fiddly Sticks. So you remember that. I miss your impersonations. Well, gee willikers. I want you to know.
Start your show now.
I ran for president.
To hear important instructions.
And I was running. Yeah, I used to have fun doing it, man. Hi, my name's Cory Booker. And I was the mayor of Newark.
To start your show now, press
now,
1.
I'm a senator.
Instructions, press 2.
I should have hair on my face. My girlfriend's name is Rosario Dawson. And I'm from New Jersey.
Press 1. To hear important instructions.
I blocked cheap pharmaceuticals from Canada because I'm a piece of garbage. And I take a lot of money from pharmaceutical industry.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
We need more love. I'm Cory Booker. 2 people voted for me, and I approve this message. Yep. I miss my impersonations of like Michael Bloomberg. Yes. All this time, I'm Michael Bloomberg. Devious. And oh, it's not easy being a billionaire. Stanley, massage my butt cheeks. Sylvia, give me something to drink. You know, Michael Bloomberg made a lot of money during this pandemic. He's made an exorbitant amounts of money, profit off the pandemic. A lot of corporations are doing a lot better than you think, Johnson. Millions and millions of dollars. Everything Michael Bloomberg spent running this fake election that he ran, this fake thing he did, this, boutique election campaign, he gained it all back in the course of 3 months during the pandemic. It's true. I read it today, Johnson. Might be something I cover for a future video. Yep. Oh, gosh. Well, hi. I'm Elizabeth Warren. And I was out here fighting a good fight. I was fighting a good fight. I'd lay my dress out on the table. Lay my dress out on the bed. You know that dress you put on when you got to go out there and get the marching. Oh, fiddly sticks. Go Burson. Lucky Charms. I could have been Biden. I'm not going to stand up for anything. It's been a while. I'm not going to stand up for anything, and you're not going to make me stand up. You understand? You don't tell me what to stand up for. I'm not standing up for Medicare for all. I'm not standing up for mass incarceration. I'm not standing up for anything. You don't tell me. I tell you, Buster. Get it right. Milk Dud here, Tim Black, is trying to tell you to make me stand up, and I'm not going to stand up for anything. And I will throw Bernie under the bus when I damn well please. And you call me a snake for that? Not a snake. More of a lizard. I took a lot of selfies, and I got a lot of votes. Fiddly sticks. Fiddly sticks. Yeah. Had some good conversations out there on that campaign trail. I talked to a lady, a young girl. She had $2 in her pocket to last her to the end of the month. I told her I needed those for my campaign, so I took them from her. 'Cause that's what girls are for. That's girl power. All right, guys, I'm gone. You guys have got me acting silly. Why are you doing that to your brother, Tim Black? I'm a prestigious person of news and media. I'm accomplished. Matt Taibbi will not let me go on Useful Idiots. So just know Matt Taibbi is not my friend. Katie's my friend, and I'm going on Katie's show, I think tomorrow. Matt, you. I'm going to the Katie Halper show. I would take it back, but it's true, so I'm not taking it back, Matt. I'm not taking it back, Matt. Go bald like me, Matt. Do it like a man, Matt. Just shave it all off, Matt. Be bold, Matt. You know, we were both friends of Erica Garner. I would think there was some solidarity between you and I. But I see now. Oh, I got you. I got you. I know what kind of rolling stone you are. Wrong. Wrong. Oh, bring on the door guy. Won't bring on Tim Black. Okay. Okay. Bring that guy on. Won't bring this guy on. You bring on the vanilla, but you won't bring on the chocolate. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. I got you. I get it. Some progressive you are. Julian Assange's attorney may be doing something with the Australian court, or something's going good for Julian Assange. It's my Joe Biden look. Jon Stewart, you stabbed a lot of young white viewers in the heart, man, when you sold out for Joe Biden. A lot of brothers in the hood like, who's Jon Stewart? You mean Rod Stewart, that singer that ate his own feces on stage back in the 80s? No, Jon Stewart, he did a show. Woo! Betty Davis eyes. I should know that song. The fact I do, black card deficit. I'm having a good time here on the Tim Black Show. It's late. Matt has been on the anti-identity politics. Now I get it. That's why Matt won't bring me on. Toasty-crat. Look, guys, here's the deal. I'm not going to keep secrets from my fans, my supporters, the Wolfpack. These guys are stand-up guys, okay? The people in the Wolfpack, they got my back. They got my back, I got their back, okay? So I'm going to keep it straight. I'm going to shoot it straight. There are people on my list, okay? I got a list. It's not a long list, but it's a list, okay? It's a long list. Trump hands, it's not a long list, but it's a list, okay? Okay, it's a list. Joe Rogan's on that list. Matt Taibbi, Rolling Stones is on that list. Charlamagne the God is on that list. There's people who said, Tim Black, get out of here. Okay, so those people, we got them on the list. What we do with that list is what we do with that list. I want to thank everybody tuned into the show tonight. I know it's crazy. It's late. This is just after hours, like, post-show. It's a post-show, that's all. Look, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Real Tim Black. And I want to thank all the callers who took time out their day, who will speak truth to power on this platform, man. I appreciate you, You guys are something. You're something else. And that's what makes the show fun, makes it informative, entertaining, all at the same time, which is important. Because that's the only way I know how to do it. It's interesting and, All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Be good. Much respect. Much shout out to the Wolfpack. All the Johnsons out there. We are all Johnsons. I'll see you on the next one. Facebook. My Facebook people. Let me say something for Facebook. We got some Facebook people out here. We got some Facebook people. Facebook. Hey, Facebook, do me a favor. Share this on Facebook. Here goes. No, do this, Facebook. Everybody on Facebook right now, send a heart. Thank you, Facebook, for being there, man. I appreciate you as well. I do appreciate you. Someone said, Tim Black, I want the emoticons that are on YouTube, and I give on Patreon. Why can't I have emoticons? I said they're not connected. So people on YouTube get emoticons, and people on Patreon, they get all the show links and people on Facebook get show links, and they got their own stuff like stars and stuff, and VIP like fan supporters and stuff. Like that's all privy to that. Every platform has its own rules. I don't control any of that stuff that they do, but one day I hope to have everybody one place, and then we could give everybody one. We could have more stuff. That's it. I just want you to know I got love for anybody. I don't care if you watch this on a milk crate, on a milk carton, or if you listen to it on the CB radio, or if you catch the show on your tablet or your TV or your smartphone or your desktop or your laptop or over a friend's house. I don't care how you get the show. I thank you for getting the show. I thank you for watching the show. I thank you for telling people about the show, and I got love for you. So I don't have any. There's no weird favoritism for different platforms. These are the ways that I found a way to reach you, and so they make the rules. I just try to live by them so that I can continue to do what I do. But thank you so much for what you do, Facebook people. Facebook, Tim Black's Wolfpack on Facebook, Tim Black's Wolfpack on YouTube, and Periscope, and Patreon. My Patreon supporters, thank you for being there, and I can count on it to help keep this show going. I love you all. Good night. Tim Black Show is not brought to you by the Democrats or the Republicans. It's brought to you by the Tim Black Wolfpack. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack today at patreon.com. Tim's Take Live. I love you. Be good. Be safe. Wear a mask, damn it.